Views and opinions of the hosts and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the views of the management and staff of Guardian Radio.
Good morning. The government defends the hospital loan. China says the loan serves the Bahamas' best interest. The F&M raising concerns about voter registration, and an elderly couple found dead in a home. It's all straight ahead this morning. I'm Dwight Strachan, and this is Morning Blend.
It's a new day. Wake up. It's a new day. It's the start of a new way. Don't you know that it's the start of the end of the old way. Wake up, it's a new day. Wake up, it's a new day.
Good morning again, Bahamas. It is Monday, February 9th, 2026. This is Morning Blend on Guardian Radio 96.9. Again, I'm Dwight Strachan. In a moment, Deandra Cartwright will be joining us. Also this morning, we're talking with BTVI about their professional development courses, their new ones. And later in business, we'll meet the principal behind Assurance Home Care and talk about what they have to offer. It's interesting stuff. You don't want to miss it. That's all ahead. But first, it's time for The Overnight, the latest breaking news from while we're sleeping, and the top national and international headlines this morning. In the overnight, geopolitical tensions between the United States and China have once again surfaced in the Bahamas over the government's decision to seek and accept a loan from China's Export-Import Bank to fund the construction of a new hospital in Providence. Citing concerns that the loan is not in the best interest of the Bahamas, U.S. Ambassador to the Bahamas, Herschel Walker, said the country should reconsider it, as he pledged that the U.S. would help to secure a better deal. His comments coming after the Minister of Health and Wellness, Dr. Michael Darville, noted last month that the loan agreement had been finalized. In a statement on Saturday, a spokesperson from the Chinese embassy in the Bahamas said the new hospital is a livelihood project financed through a highly preferential loan. It said, quote, "It is jointly advanced by both sides on the basis of mutual respect and friendly consultation with the aim of improving the well-being of the Bahamas and the Bahamian people." It said the project aligns with the healthcare needs of the Bahamas and serves its best interest. The 200-bed specialty women's and children's hospital has been a key healthcare pledge of the Davis administration, which signed the agreement last year to borrow $195 million from the China Export-Import Bank to cover around 73% of the facility's funding. Darville noted last week in the House, per the agreement, China Railway Construction Corporation Limited is the contractor for the project. He also noted that the stipulation and for labor, the foreign to Bahamian worker ratio is 50-50, but we said the government is still working to secure a better split for Bahamians. An elderly couple discovered dead by family members in their Iguana Way home off Carmichael Road in New Providence Saturday. The 79-year-old man and 68-year-old woman were discovered by Brenville Stubbs, the grandson of the deceased, who visited the home after hearing the concerns of relatives. Stubbs says he met another family member locked outside upon arrival. He attempted to use a hammer to break the door, but when that proved unsuccessful, he opted to break through the glass of the home. Fire services conducted preliminary checks that revealed no indication of a gas or air conditioning leak. Through their assessment, detectives from the Criminal Investigation Department determined that no foul play was suspected. Well-known attorney Ramona Farquharson Seymour is dead. Farquharson, who was in her late 40s, was called to the bar in December 2001. She's survived by her husband. Calvin Seymour is also an attorney, and their two daughters. Farquharson Seymour, who was remembered as a passionate advocate by her colleagues, hosted the legal brief on ZNS. Prime Minister Philip Davis last night said he was heartbroken to hear Farquharson Seymour's death. F&M leader Michael Pintard yesterday said that Farquharson Seymour was a formidable legal expert. A man has been sentenced to 8 years in prison after he burst into a New Providence home and robbed his victim of $250 and his cell phone in 2021. 23-year-old Rivaldo Pierre will spend 3 years on probation following his release from prison. A breach of probation would send Pierre back to prison for 3 years. The conviction stems from an incident at Crooked Island Street on December 3rd, 2021. The victim had finished having sex with a prostitute, and he was getting dressed when two unmasked men, one of them Pierre, forced their way inside. Pierre held a knife to the victim and robbed him. In a passing sentence, Justice Joanne Ferguson noted that Pierre was 19 when he committed the crime. Ferguson said that the custodial sentence was necessary because Pierre's behavior was grossly unacceptable. On the other hand, she said that Pierre was capable of reform. The incident was his first brush with the law, and he had committed no infractions while on remand. A man who broke into 2 vacation homes on Eleuthera and burned them down apologized to his victims Friday after he was sentenced to 6 years in prison as part of a plea deal. Benjamin Martin Jr. pleaded guilty to housebreaking, stealing, and arson when he appeared before Justice Dale Fitzpatrick on August 29, 2022 at around 11:45 p.m. Police received a report of a fire in the area of 10 Bay. Police and firefighters arrived at the scene and found 2 homes ablaze. After the fires were extinguished, police realized they had been broken into. Appliances, electronics, and a safe were reported missing. Police investigating the incident arrested Martin in September 2022 and recovered some of the stolen items. Martin has remained in custody since his arrest. He addressed his victims, Robert Beard and Alvin and Amma Lieb, who attended the proceedings by Zoom. Martin apologized for his behavior and said he was acting under the influence of friends. And F&M Chairman Dr. Dwayne Sands raising concerns about voter registration, claiming that some first-time voters were discouraged or turned away at 2 registration sites. In response, Parliamentary Commissioner Harrison Thompson said yesterday that the department is committed to ensuring that all eligible Bahamians are registered fairly, lawfully, and without obstruction, and that the department continues to encourage qualified citizens to participate in the registration process. The Bahamas Union of Teachers and President Belinda Wilson saying that the union has rejected a salary counter-proposal from the government in the negotiation for a new industrial agreement. In a statement, Wilson saying that union members from Grand Bahama to Inagua, quote, voiced their disapproval during a members' meeting last week. She said that surveys were conducted on February 4th and February 5th, and results showed that BUT members voted overwhelmingly to reject the proposal, saying that 95.4% of respondents supported the union's position that the maximum of the salary scales must be increased much higher than proposed. Wilson says she wrote to Prime Minister Philip Davis on Wednesday, informing him that the union rejected the salary proposal. And Prime Minister Davis says he does not believe Island Luck CEO Sebastian's campaign to get elected in Fort Charlotte will be hurt because his name was mentioned in the Epstein files. Davis saying on Friday, quote, "I saw his response and I don't know much about what is in those files and what those files mean. All I know is that he has indicated he doesn't do foolishness. He don't know what they're talking about. And when I see what is being said, I'll perhaps have more to say." Bastian and Fox Foundation founder Adrian Fox have denied having any association with convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein after their names appeared in the latest batch of files related to the disgraced American. The file is an FBI document that summarizes the May 20th, 2021 interviews of several people connected to Epstein. The file says that Epstein controlled the Bahamian and U.S. government and that he was moving arms. Overseas, British Prime Minister Keir Starmer's position hanging in a thread today as he tried to persuade his Labour Party lawmakers not to kick him out after just a year and a half in office. Starmer's head of communications, Tim Allen, saying he was quitting today to allow a new number 10 team to be built. The Prime Minister lost his chief of staff on Sunday and is rapidly shedding support from Labour legislators after revelations about the relationship between former British ambassador to Washington, Peter Mandelson, and the late sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. Starmer is due to address Labour lawmakers behind closed doors today in an attempt to rebuild some of his shattered authority. The political storm stems from Starmer's decision in 2024 to appoint Mandelson to Britain's most important diplomatic post, despite knowing he had ties to Epstein. Starmer fired Mandelson in September after emails were published showing that he maintained a friendship with Epstein after the financier's 2008 conviction for sex offenses involving a minor. Critics say Starmer should have known better than to appoint the 72-year-old Mandelson, a contentious figure whose career has been studded with scandals over money or ethics. A new trove of Epstein files released in the United States has brought more details about the relationship and new pressure on Starmer. Starmer even apologized last week for having believed Mandelson's lies. He promised to release documentation related to Mandelson's appointment, which the government says will show that Mandelson misled officials about his ties to Epstein. And Venezuelan opposition leader Maria Corina Machado today says that one of her closest allies was kidnapped hours after being released from prison. The government had released several prominent opposition members from prison Sunday after lengthy politically motivated detentions. Machado said on social media that Juan Pablo Ganipa was taken around midnight in a residential neighborhood in the capital of Caracas. She posted on X that heavily armed men dressed in civilian clothes arrived in 4 vehicles and violently took him away. Releases of the opposition figures came as the government of acting President Delcy Rodriguez has faced mounting pressure to free hundreds of people whose detentions months or years ago have been linked to their political activities. Releases also followed a visit to Venezuela of representatives of the UN High Commissioner for Human Rights. And the number of people killed in a building collapse in the city of Tripoli in northern Lebanon has risen to 15, according to state media. A further 8 people were injured. According to the state-run national news agency, Lebanon's civil defense said at least one person suffered a gunshot wound. Residents of the area gathered around the crater where the building had fallen and fired in the air following the collapse. The 6-story apartment building is in an impoverished neighborhood that collapsed Sunday afternoon. Residents of Tripoli, Lebanon's largest or second largest city, have long complained of government neglect and shoddy infrastructure. And Haiti's presidential council stepped down on Saturday after almost 2 years of tumultuous rule alongside a U.S.-backed prime minister. who is expected to remain in power as the country prepares for the first general elections in a decade. Days before the 9-member council was dissolved, the U.S. deployed a warship and 2 U.S. Coast Guard boats to waters near Haiti's capital, where gangs controlled 90% of Port-au-Prince. An analyst in the International Crisis Group saying the naval presence appears to provide the latest proof of Washington's willingness to use the threat of force to shape politics in the Western Hemisphere. In late January, 2 of the council's most influential members announced that a majority had voted to oust Prime Minister Alex Didier Fillamy, defying calls from the U.S. government to uphold the country's fragile political stability. Days later, the U.S. government announced visa revocations for 4 unidentified council members and a cabinet minister. The council's plan to oust Fillamy for reasons not made public appeared to fall to the wayside as it stepped down in an official ceremony on Saturday. In sports, inaugural Devon Charlton Legends Invitational bringing out some big names, big faces, even bigger performances of the one-day meet at the original Thomas A. Robinson National Track and Field Stadium Saturday. Several athletes improving their previous Carifta Games qualifying marks and also qualified for the 2026 World Athletics Under-20 Championships set for Eugene, Oregon in August. 2-time world indoor champion in the women's 60-meter hurdles and world record holder, Charlton says she was impressed with the overall hosting of the event. Read all about it in today's Guardian Sports section. And Bahamian baseball talent will be featured on Great Britain's roster at the upcoming World Baseball Classic, scheduled for March 5th through 17th. Bahamian baseball players include Major League professional player Jazz Chisholm Jr., infielders Lucius Fox Jr., Ian Lewis Jr., and Bertram B.J. Murray Jr., outfielders Christian Robinson and Trace Thompson, and pitcher Chavez Fernander. Albert Cartwright Jr. will serve as an assistant coach on the team, and Chisholm has been named co-captain. And the Bahamas Esports Federation announcing that Gary Black Jr. represented the country in Clash Royale during the Global Esports Games online regional qualifiers. Regional qualifiers featuring 3 qualification slots, with the top performers earning an opportunity to represent the region in Mumbai, India. In group play, the Bahamas lost to Barbados, though, but defeated Honduras and lost to Guadeloupe. As a result, the Bahamas will not advance further in this stage of qualifying and qualification. And from the Super Bowl, the dark side defense carried Sam Darnold and the Seattle Seahawks to a Lombardi trophy. Devin Witherspoon, Derek Hall, Byron Murphy, and the rest of Mike McDonald's ferocious unit pummeled Drake May and the Seahawks, beating the New England Patriots 29-13 Sunday to win the franchise's second Super Bowl. Darnold threw a touchdown pass to A.J. Barner. Kenneth Walker III ran for 135 yards, and Jason Myers set a Super Bowl record by making all 5 of his field goal tries. Walker becoming the first running back to win the Super Bowl MVP award since Hall of Famer Terrell Davis did it with Denver 28 years ago. Seattle winning its first Super Bowl a dozen years ago behind its Legion of Boom defense, and was denied a repeat when New England's Malcolm Butler intercepted Russell Wilson at the goal line, but the Seahawks hadn't been back to the Super Bowl since. Darnold becoming the first quarterback in the 2018 NFL draft class to win a Super Bowl ahead of Josh Allen, Baker Mayfield, and Lamar Jackson. That's sports, and that's the overnight time for your first look at weather. Your first look at weather brought to you by Star General. We've got rough surf and elevated seas that will continue to plague the Atlantic waters of the country. Mariners, especially small craft operators, are strongly urged not to venture into Atlantic waters due to the ongoing swell conditions. So we've got a strong ridge of high pressure dominating weather across the country today, promoting dry conditions, cooler temperatures, and gentle to moderate breezes. There remains a moderate risk of dangerous, life-threatening rip currents, and hazardous waves may also affect sheltered areas, especially along Atlantic-facing shorelines. Beachgoers and swimmers are strongly advised to stay out of Atlantic waters at this time. Your forecast for today for most of the country are looking at partly to mostly sunny conditions, becoming fair at night, with less than a 10% chance of showers. An increase in clouds for the central and southeast Bahamas. Winds northeast to east at 10 knots or less, falling light and variable at times for the extreme northern islands. Northeasterly at 10 to 15 knots for the central and northwest Bahamas. And northeasterly at 15 to 20 knots for the southeastern islands. High temperatures today, most areas seeing highs in the mid-70s. Around 76 Fahrenheit, 24 Celsius. Overnight lows tonight for most areas getting down to the mid to upper 50s for the northern half of the country, around 14, 15 Celsius. And the mid-60s for the central and southeast Bahamas, around 18 and 19 Celsius. A bit warmer today for highs in the southeast Bahamas, highs in the upper 70s, low 80s, about 27, 28 Celsius. That's your first look at weather this morning. We'll have your extended outlook coming up in just a bit. This weather check brought to you by Star General Insurance, made simple.
Wake up, it's a new day. Wake up, it's a new day. It's the start of a new way. Don't you know that it's the start of
You are listening to Morning Blend. When we come back, we're discussing the day's top stories right here on your home for fresh news and smart talk all day. Guardian Radio 96.9.
Wake up, it's a new day.
CFAL, we understand that a secure future is the greatest gift you can give your employees. That's why our tailor-made group pension solutions are designed to fit the needs of both large and small companies. With CFAL, you can provide the retirement you and your employees deserve, ensuring peace of mind and financial stability for years to come. Join the many businesses that have already entrusted CFAL to create the right pension plan for their employees, and let us help you build a brighter future for your team. Visit us at cfal.com to get started on building wealth so you can live well. CFAL, growing wealth for future generations.
Looking to elevate your gadget game, or a tech trouble simply slowing you down? Escape to a world of innovation at Custom Computers, your go-to store for the latest cutting-edge tech. Whether you need to upgrade your life with the best from Apple and Windows, or your device needs a little TLC, the Custom Computers Know-How Store is the destination for unbeatable expertise and quality repairs. With 2 convenient locations, there's a Custom Computers near you on Patton Street in Palmdale and Caves Village, or call 396-1100.
You try to rest, roll with the best. For all your printing needs, there ain't no one better, no. For posters and banners, magazines and flyers. For window decals, greeting cards and newsletters. No job too big and there's no job too small. You name it, we can print it. Just give us a call. Let Print Masters bring your masterpiece to life.
Located in the Nassau Guardian Building, telephone 302-2361.
For over half a century, Hongxi has been reserved only for heads of state and world leaders. It wasn't just a car, it was a privilege. Easy Car Sales is proud to bring that distinguished heritage to the Bahamas. A new era in luxury electric, rooted in absolute prestige. It's for the few who demand freedom from the gas pump and first-class craftsmanship. Visit Easy Car Sales to see if you're ready for a taste of royalty.
Every day in a busy world, we have to do so much. Bank with CIBC and get that personal touch. Share your ambitions, let us help your dreams come true. At CIBC, you're at the heart of all we do. We're on your side, we're listening, we know the way you feel. CIBC, ambitions made real.
Wake up, it's a new day. Wake up, it's a new day. It's the start of a new way. Don't you know that it's the start of the end of the old way. Wake up, it's a new day. 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 Wake up, wake up.
Welcome back to Morning Blend on Guardian Radio 96.9. We are streaming live on Guardian Talk Radio.com and on the Guardian Radio app for smart devices. We're also on your televisions on Cable Bahamas, Channel 969, and BTC Flow, Channel 612. You can tweet us at Morning Blend 969 or Facebook.com/Morning Blend 969. Text us on the Guardian Radio text line powered by BTC 422-4796. Standard text rate supply. Once again, I am Dwight Strachan. Joining me now, Deandra Cartwright. Deandra, good morning.
Good morning, Dwight. How are you?
Doing well. Hope you had a great weekend.
Yeah, man. It was just so short, though.
It flew by. It really did.
Yeah.
Did you get to watch any of the Super Bowl?
I watched clips. You would be proud of me.
What? Clips?
Clips, yes.
What does that mean?
I was tired.
You mean you watched clips this morning?
No, yesterday.
What? What?
Dwight.
How?
What you mean?
What does that mean?
That means that I did not watch the entire thing.
Edited clips, or you just were in and out?
In and out.
Oh, okay. Because I'm like, who had time to show you clips last night? It didn't end till after 10. What are we talking about here?
But I don't know what you're trying to say. I don't like that.
I don't know about this clip story.
No, listen, I had it all
Like
inside my head, right? I was like
some British politician with this story this week. What is this? Who's buying this?
I feel like Dwight. I feel like there's a. You're trying to sell a narrative right there.
Me?
That's what it sounds like. Let's say Valentine's is a little later in the week. Like
I don't even know what that means. But okay, I'm glad you watched clips.
I did. I was coming here with the full intention of calling the wrong name just to upset you. Mm-hmm. I was going to do that. But see, God touched my heart, so I'm not going to.
So are you happy with who won?
I'm not that invested to say that, I cared for either or.
Oh, boy.
I mean, for persons who historically have been watching it, this is their second matchup in less than 10 years or so. So I guess, for those persons, they should be pretty happy considering what happened with the last one. But, well, it is what it is.
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean,
I got schooled in the history of it, too. So I know more than I had originally.
Beautiful.
Did. Cheers to the teachers.
Well,
Yay.
Well, to all the Seahawk fans, hey, great stuff. Congratulations. And
I sound like you're a Patriots fan.
No, not at all.
Are you a Dolphins fan?
I was about to say something bad. No, I'm not. But hey. And Bad Bunny, did you see any of that?
Yeah, yes, I did. Come on, man.
You saw that part? Wow.
No, not all of it. Gee, come on, man.
What did you think of that? Mr. Producer, did you see any of that part? No.
No, so I actually woke up to some of my friends around the world, particularly in this region. They were commenting on the display of flags and whatnot. I actually saw a friend of mine who is a politician down south saying that they were happy to see their flag at the Super Bowl. And I was like, okay, yes.
You didn't see ours.
But I looked. I didn't. I was supposed to do another close up or whatnot like that. I saw Saint Lucia. I was like, but they're smaller. Maybe their population is larger or their diaspora. I don't know.
No.
But I also like the political analyst in me, especially the geopolitical analyst in me is like, maybe it's a good thing our flag wasn't there. But I'm waiting to see like what the online commentary is going to look like today on that. Because there will be backlash. I mean, it's already started. So I just want to see what that looks like as well. So, yeah. But I mean, the songs, the thing is that the guys, Bad Bunny was the most... there's just so many levels to say how popular a person is, right? But I mean, like, he is the biggest artist at this time. So at least on the back of 25 artists. We're talking streams, we're talking income and things like that. So this is what I'm saying. As many levels as I don't want to say like the.
I think he's very popular,
right?
Yes.
That part. So it was a pretty solid pick. Now his co-persons, I was a bit underwhelmed by that. Mind you, Gaga, love Gaga, but I would have thought with so many Latin artists that there would be maybe more. But again, I don't think he has that much of a creative license to say who gets to come on with him. So I don't know. But yeah, I will say this. I think I'm happy that the Seahawks won.
Sure.
Only saying that because of what happened the last time.
Because they didn't win last time they played?
Yeah, it was a strange thing. So they didn't allow, and y'all could tell me if I'm wrong, because I'm trying to regurgitate what I was taught. They lost the last time on a 1 yard technicality. Right, that right there.
Well,
so
last night was not close, but sure. But it's
no,
not.
they came back with a vengeance. They came back with a vengeance.
Different teams, different players, different coaches. So a lot's changed.
This is what my teacher was telling me all about it. I learned so much about linebackers. Now my daddy had me. I used to watch football a lot when I was a kid, honestly. So it was like, I feel like I'm back in the front room.
Oh my!
Yeah.
Well, somebody's texting it. Never heard of Bad Bunny before the Super Bowl. Wow. Okay.
How old are you, Texter? Send it back.
Around my age, but I've heard of him.
That doesn't mean to say anything, but you know.
I've heard of him. We're gonna play some Bad Bunny songs today.
Yeah. Also, it should be said that this isn't his first time performing. At the Super Bowl, he's been there before, but this is like he's headlining for the first time. That's what it was. So yeah.
All right. Well, I hope everybody had a good time. I was a little underwhelmed.
There were a lot of parties and stuff going on yesterday.
Sure. Well, you needed a party in order to have fun with that thing last night. But anyway, I mean, I was a little
what?
Like I said, underwhelmed by what the game was, and then yeah.
Yeah, the thing is, what I realized with the Super Bowl, I will, just to clarify, people, I am more invested in the NBA. Okay, that give me that, and I don't like baseball. Don't kill me. But still, I feel like around the Super Bowl, just like any other major event, truly holidays included, it's become so commercialized, right? So it's like a lot of hype around something. So if you don't truly care about it, then it won't click. But then it's the amount of energy and emphasis that's placed on it that I feel like it builds up to something that is anticlimactic sometimes. So
sometimes,
right.
Some years it's amazing. The game is amazing, and some years the commercials are as well, and the halftime.
Some of those commercials were just
no, things are heading down because too many companies are revealing them early or doing a giant tease, and then
but again, it goes back to my point, right? It's become so commercialized that it's not actually about the game; it's about these other stuff going on.
Yeah, definitely.
So.
Oh, well, hope everybody had a good time. There is a lot to talk about, though, right now in the news. And in the news, some sad news. Everyone's trying to process this. The death of well-known attorney Ramona Farquharson Seymour. She died on Sunday. She was in her late 40s, so she graduated about like a year or two after me from QC, I believe. So this is really a shocker. Survived by her husband, who's also a lawyer, Calvin Seymour, and condolences pouring in from the Prime Minister, the Leader of the Opposition, and others who are calling her a fierce litigator. And we remember she had a lot to say about many things happening in the country.
Oh, yeah.
And she will be missed. Condolences to the family.
Condolences to the family, to the friends, to her students, and all who learned from her,
Yeah,
whatnot.
that's right.
The legal
Eugene
fraternity.
Beach Law School, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. And this story as well, really just puzzling. An elderly couple discovered dead by family members off Carmichael Road on Saturday. 79-year-old man and 68-year-old woman discovered by the grandson. And who had a hard time trying to get in, but found them deceased, and foul play not suspected, but it doesn't appear that it was a gas leak either.
Yeah, they were looking for that.
So, wow. Yeah. All right, so a couple of big stories we want to get to. The big headline, government defense hospital loan. We're going to get to that in just a second.
I have thoughts.
Yeah, I'm sure. This other story, the FM raises concerns about voter registration. So Chairman Dr. Dwayne Sands yesterday raised concerns about voter registration and claimed that some first-time voters were discouraged or turned away at 2 registration sites.
Really?
In response, Commissioner Harrison Thompson said yesterday that the department is committed to ensuring that all eligible Bahamians are registered fairly, lawfully, and without obstruction, and continues to encourage qualified citizens to participate in the registration process.
Okay.
So in a statement, Sands said, quote, "We have confirmed incidents at registration centers, including South Beach and the Mall, where first-time voters, many of them young Bahamians, were improperly discouraged or turned away. In these cases, individuals holding valid Bahamian passports were told they could not register because their passport expires later this year." Later this year, really? "And were incorrectly advised that this was due to a new law." What? "No such law exists. A Bahamian passport confirms citizenship and eligibility to register, regardless of how close it may be to its expiration date." I mean, I don't think you should be turned away even if it is expired.
That's what I'm trying to understand. Like, where is this coming from?
Thompson said the claim is incorrect, though, saying, quote, "All revising officers were trained and directed to facilitate all eligible applicants once they present a valid Bahamian passport." Applicants presenting a passport that has recently expired or is nearing expiration are also processed, there you go, once the passport has not been canceled. Exactly.
Cancelled.
That has to be key. I mean, right?
So is it that they're claiming that all the persons who were turned away had their passports canceled?
No, just expired.
It can't be that.
Just expired. But someone must not know that only if the passport is canceled should it be an issue. But this is Thompson again saying, quote, "Claims suggesting otherwise are incorrect." I don't know if he can speak for everybody, but because I could see it. I could see it happening. But anyway, in any event, if any applicant is claiming that they were turned away from any registration center for any reason, they should, as soon as possible, report same to the Parliamentary Registration Department headquarters as a matter of urgency so that their concern can be properly addressed. Now, Sands says, quote, "We have also identified voters who registered or transferred in person as far back as November 2025, yet their names do not appear on the electronic register issued on January 29th. These delays raise serious questions about data handling, internal controls, and whether the system is capable of keeping accurate records in a timely manner." Sands says the F&M has also found voters listed in more than one constituency, along with deceased people, on the voter register. Wow. He's also claiming that the PLP candidate was campaigning inside the waiting room of the administrator's office in Marsh Harbor, Abaco. What? While people were registering to vote. Thompson says this issue was addressed. That means it happened. Quote, with respect to the allegation raised regarding operations in Marsh Harbor, the matter was brought to the attention of the local administrator and has since been addressed.
How?
Sand says there's also concerns about rules, how rules are being applied during the registration process, saying reports of interpreters being used in some cases, while other Bahamian citizens face delays or denial under similar circumstances, highlight a lack of consistency that cannot be ignored. The commissioner also challenged this claim, though, saying, quote, the department does not employ or utilize interpreters at any registration center. All registration processes are conducted by trained registration officials in accordance with the law. And then the F&M chairman said that the issues raised paint a troubling picture of a registration department that is not operating with the consistency or preparedness this moment demands, saying, quote, the Free National Movement urges all Bahamians to remain alert and informed at the registration process as the registration process continues. If you are turned away from registering, ask why. If you're given information that does not sound right, challenge it. If your name is missing from the register, demand answers. Your voice is your voice, and no one has the right to take it from you. We will continue to stand up for the rights of every eligible voter, and for an electoral process that the Bahamian people can trust. Protecting the vote is not a partisan exercise. It is a responsibility owed to our democracy and to every citizen who participates in it. Oh, boy. Okay, let's get your reaction to that before we move on to the hospital issue.
Some pretty strong allegations.
Well, a lot of them apparently with merit, as the commissioner addressed quite a few and said, yeah, we noticed and we fixed it. So some of that is definitely happening, it appears. Wow. Let's hear from you. 323-6232, 325-4316. 325-4259. Call us toll free, 242-300-5720. Tweet us, Facebook us, text us, 422-4796.
That would be discouraging, though, as a first-time voter.
Yeah, absolutely.
You go to try and sort things out. Because, again, if we are listening to the young people in our life, like... we already, even before this present younger generation, right, people were struggling with, does their vote really count? Does it matter? Should they even do it? We've seen the numbers declining over the years, right? So when you have something like this happen, where they finally be like, okay, let me just actually go do it, and then they get discouraged like this. I mean, come on, we're talking about the likelihood of those persons may not be coming back. And I'm wondering, right, it's just also about how we talk to people. If they don't actually have what's required, or if you may misunderstand something, my first question is it being double checked? Like, is it just one person doing the registration? And if they have been trained, but this is happening, clearly there's a gap, right? Is somebody else there, just to fact check that process is going well? Second of all, how are you delivering that news to your registrants as well, right? Because it's also about the tone, the delivery, right? If they don't have the documents as to your requirements, then they can come back. Why don't you just, I don't know if it was handled in that way, but as somebody who's worked in the public service and who deals with the public service, some of our people are not nice.
Oh, boy.
So I'm really hoping that didn't happen. I'm not saying that it did, but I'm really hoping that didn't happen, because you can imagine younger folks trying to go and register and this happens, or even older folks. Because I remember an incident trying to register my own grandmother. I was so grateful for the persons who assisted me in getting her sorted out. So I know that there are good folks that are on the registration teams. There are there. So it's like, I just want to know more information, really.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it sounds pretty plausible. I could see it all happening.
I know.
Really see it.
But I wonder if one of these persons could actually describe like their experience. But also, I think we had mentioned this months ago, right, Dwight? We were talking about needing different types of registration campaigns for different generations, like just to get more persons to be registered. Because I think, when was that? I feel like it was the middle of last year. We actually compared the numbers of persons registered in different elections over, like, I think the last 20 years is what we had looked at. We have to attract more persons to vote. This is what is one of the key components of a democracy. So
yeah. Well, in other countries, caller, we'll get to in a second. In other countries, it isn't just left up to the government agency responsible for voting. It's lots of private campaigns, and we seem to be lacking there. I'm sure we could do a better job here as well, which we will.
I mean, the
step up our
campaigns look
efforts.
a little different for other things. The campaigns is for other things.
Yeah. People campaigning for supper, but not for voters. Let's take this call, and then we'll get to your text messages. Caller, good morning. You're on the air.
Good morning, President, to you both.
Good morning. Good morning.
I am a little disappointed and saddened about the experience that a person may have had. But I would like to report that things went smoothly at Martin. I'm not a first-time voter, but I have a first-time voter. I don't know if that's where she registered. But when I registered, everything went smoothly, and I called her to make certain that she is okay, and she said she was already registered. And I also had a first-time voter there, not connected to me, but another client, so to speak, was there, and that person was well accommodated. So I think the process is intended to attract and encourage all voters, especially first-time voters. Matter of fact, all voters, including transfer and all that. It may have been a bad situation at a particular station, but I can vouch for the Mall and Martin. I told them they did such a well job. I need to say it, and I didn't plan to anymore because I am a man of action in different ways. Yesterday, I put on my website all three major political parties, so to speak, not major anyway, but I call them three-party violence. Like back in the day when Cassius Stewart had a party, on my website I would put all the parties and the link so the person can go there and also see what's happening. And that I did that yesterday with the three parties there, arranged in order, and so on. But yes, I think it may have been somebody misplaced not doing their job as professional and as efficient as they should.
Yeah, more than likely. Thank you very much. And again, people mishear things and think this is what somebody said when it was actually not quite that. And I could definitely see people around here really carry on very stupidly when it comes to expired passports. I mean, I don't know what you think has happened, that my citizenship has been revoked.
But I mean, for
certain
certain processes, your passport can't be expired or have a certain amount of months. This is just not the process
I mean,
for
if
that.
you're traveling, but if I'm here and you need me to identify myself, what the heck is your problem?
No, but that's what I'm saying. So it could be a case of misplaced understanding of policy, but I agree with the caller that it could just have been one station. Again, we don't know, and I would love to know more information about it, the particular experiences. And again, we're hoping that it is truly resolved, because one of the key functions of democracy is the ability to vote, and we need more persons to vote.
Yeah. Well, like you said, first-time folks seem to be very easily discouraged. And will they go back after a situation that's scary? This texture says, hey, with the Bad Bunny thing, our flag was right there. A couple people saying they saw our flag. Okay, all right. They sent me pictures, so I guess, sure. Great. So it was everybody in the Americas.
Yeah, I think that was the point of it.
He was trying to make a statement that the U.S. is not just America. There's other countries in the Americas as well, it seems.
Again, I'm waiting for all of the commentary to come out, the analyses and whatnot. I think I just want to see what people have to say. I want to see.
This person says that Bad Bunny won album of the year, the Grammys. Yes, we are aware. Thank you for that, though. Okay. Appreciate it. This person says, what does DeAndre mean? There will be backlash online. Seconds after the halftime show, U.S. President Donald Trump criticized by Bad Bunny's Super Bowl performance, calling it absolutely terrible, one of the worst ever, in a post on social media. I don't know if that happened, but it sounds quite plausible. It sounds like something he would do.
It does sound like that. Sorry, I'll let you finish before I say what I want to.
The texter says, I totally agree with Trump. Could you imagine if Haitian or Jamaican flags were at our Junkanoo Rush out? That's exactly what it was like. Oh, boy.
Okay, so I'm not going to talk about that part.
This is ridiculous. This is a very silly text.
Part of what I mean, because I'm not going to explore the full extent of my supposition, is that
You know where those players are from? Do you understand where they're from?
Yeah, that's
you
the
think
part,
they're all Americans?
like that part right there, right? That's not the part that I want to approach because I think that is going to take up a great deal of this conversation. What I want to propose to folks is that we know this administration has been watching certain countries, right? And we have seen where the US of A has literally produced reports to say how many immigrants are present in the US of A from particular countries. And so when you see a demonstration like that, the presentation of flags that are not the US of A, then it can call to attention the whole immigration thing that is still ongoing. And the fact that they are still looking into these numbers of how many persons of our diaspora, our being the Caribbean, the Americas, are present in the US of A. I'm just saying, did we not see that report? I'm not for sure saying that there will be a linkage. I'm just saying it's just a part of the ongoing conversation. And it takes very little these days to become inflamed about the immigration situation.
Caller, let's take this call. Good morning, you're on the air.
Yeah, good morning, Dwight. Good morning, Leandro.
Good morning. Good morning.
Yeah, I want to send my deepest sympathy and condolence to the Farquharson Seymour family. Yeah, over the years, I've watched her on the news and then with interviewers and show on ZNS. Yeah, she really is a really, really nice lady now. And I want to send my deepest sympathy and condolence to Ricardo Wells. Ricardo Wells, I know you was all snorty up like me last night. And things like that. And Leandro, your teachers, them taught you well. That's the same play what you talking about. Man, they killed that yesterday, man. From 12 o'clock from when they was on, they had Butler ringing the bell. They interview him. Right. They interview Gronk and all that. Oh, they see when Russell was there. They look in Russell's eye and see it was a pass. It wasn't a run. Right. Now they could throw that out the window. They get beat so bad, they even didn't score in the first half.
No, but it's what I'm saying. They came with a vengeance. They came with a vengeance.
I don't think they knew the date.
So throw that out the window, that part with Butler.
I think the Patriots got the date mixed up for the first half, at least. I don't think they realized it's the second Sunday every
No, listen.
They get beat so bad.
Yeah.
I will let my teacher know that you said that.
Yeah, man. So kudos to all the Seahawks fans. Congratulations. And I hate New England, so that's good for them, man. You know, that's good for them. And the other Dwight is a Kansas City Chiefs fan. Yeah.
That's what it is.
When
Mahomes?
Kelsey retired tonight this year and get married to Taylor. And then Mahomes legging the never fit. So, you're not happening this season for them anyhow.
Oh,
so, the Dolphins will be beat up on them coming.
After you hang doing this?
The Dolphins.
You mean like real actual dolphins?
Yeah, the Miami Dolphins. I said it.
You mean like real mammals from the sea? Because I can see that's the only dolphins who would be beat up at anybody. But anyway.
But only about the radio station, like you said, South Beach?
What did they say?
Yeah, they're in the post office down here in South Beach.
I'm getting a message that someone is saying, yes, it was South Beach. Yeah.
When cameras round and then they could see if the people telling them or they could go in the cameras and look and see what the people do, see who lying or whatever.
I want you to know now. Think about that. You think the camera's working? And you also think they're picking up audio?
Come on, man. The library in the post office? It's supposed to be working.
Yeah, a lot of things are supposed to be working around here.
Well, Dwight, if you have a purple card and you never move, you don't have to register, right?
No.
Only if you have to go in if you want the new card.
Right. I mean, it won't hurt to verify just to make sure, right? But you don't have to.
Yeah, because I have a purple card and I never move and I ain't gone out there yet. I used to say, so beach nice. I need to just ride out there this morning sometime and see what it is. But 5 minutes away from me.
And your constituency hasn't changed, right?
No, I ain't Bambudan. I ain't changed. I have the purple card.
Yeah.
Yes,
All
right. Just verify, yeah.
Good stuff.
Okay, yeah, man. Ricardo, boy, look here. But what I can tell you, because I used to take in any beat groups.
Is he a Patriots fan?
Huh?
Ricardo's a Patriots fan?
Yeah, man, Ricardo Wells, he's a big Patriots fan, man. One of the biggest, listen to the show on Saturday. You know, see how he's trying to defend the Patriots and thing, and then you remember when I call, I say Ricardo, New England Wells. I call you when he's on the show with you that Friday.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, so the Dolphins, we used to take in beaten and things like that, so just be humble yourself and just think about next season. Just think of what could happen next season, and then take your blowers, go back home, go cry, and everything. Call it a day.
Okay.
All right, y'all have a
Thanks
nice
a lot.
one.
All right, bye. This texter says, I am personally aware of 3 cases in South Beach where first-timers returned away due to their passport having expired or being near expiration. That is crazy.
I don't understand
Near
that.
expiration? These people are out of control.
I'm going to start doing the research. Let me bring up the legislation. I'm tired.
I mean, again,
we
you heard
know
it
it's not. It doesn't say
directly
that,
from
but
the parliamentary commissioner. That doesn't make sense. Even if it is expired, as long as it's not been canceled, right? This is foolish, very foolish. Anyway, in one instance, a parent went back with his son, and the matter was resolved. In another instance, an older person accompanied the first timer with an expired passport, and they were given receipts. So that you're treating these young people with disrespect, man. That's not good.
That's what I said.
That's not
What
good.
y'all into?
All right, Ricardo's messaging us. Oh my, he's showing a meme of somebody on the ground. Oh no, oh boy. So he's not doing well, but he says he's still here.
Oh, poor baby.
Oh, you. Okay. Oh my, I'm surprised you're up. I'm surprised you're up.
Hey, the sun got to shine.
Well, okay, Ricardo. Maybe next year.
Man, they should be straight. Y'all.
Well, you know who else is a big Patriots fan?
Oh, who that is?
And she's going to be very quiet today. Laverne Gardner.
Oh.
Carrying on like a psycho over the past couple of weeks, apparently.
Why you doing that to your
I'm just saying. She's not been messaging.
You see, I want y'all to notice exactly why I don't get into this thing with Dwight. You see how we try to drive
I'm just saying. She's wonder how she is today. To check on her. I didn't know we have so many Patriot co-hosts. What's this about? Well, this something has to be done about that. Caller, good morning. You're on the air.
Good morning, Dwight. How you doing?
I'm well. Good morning.
Good morning to DeAndre.
Morning. How you do?
I'm all is great, man. Superstar J, all is great. Dwight, I can speak about a couple of things today, and then I get a sports leader.
Mm-hmm.
Dwight, you know, the Bahamas is a rich, blessed country. We had a bunch of bad leaders running our country. PSP and them. $13 billion worth of debt. My children, grandkids that they pay. They cannot buy land on island. Newport is very born and grown. What we need to do right now, if your parents or grandparents ain't born in the Bahamas in 1900, nobody should be allowed to vote this country. Behemoth, what we need to do, challenge all these votes. Challenge them. This election can be the last one for all this country going on in our country.
Okay, but JJ, you know what you're saying. That's not accurate. I mean, you can be a citizen, whether that happened or not, right? Because our Constitution allows for it. So you want that to change. That's what you're saying. You're saying we need to amend the Constitution.
Okay. And that's what legislation is supposed to do. They're supposed to amend all the loopholes. Article 17 and 16.
Well, they will need a referendum for that.
Exactly. Let's do it. Mm-hmm. If the people do it, that's it, man. We should be playing games to this country, Dwight. We need to stop.
Okay.
Another thing that Dwight too, all the members of the parliament who told me they won't go in our parliament again, they come and people don't knocking. You all need to declare by March. The Constitution says you're supposed to declare. You all getting in jail and 10,000. All of you all who ain't declare. Everything why we playing in this country. They broken the law, you know. The people who support me amend the law in this country, they broken the law, Dwight. Am I right or wrong with that one?
You are absolutely right.
I haven't seen a declaration. I think we saw one, and then it was nothing after that day.
No, I mean, as far as we know, most have declared, but not all. And we need to know who hasn't. And every year we go through the same dance where we don't find out who it is.
And we want to see it in the print media, so I can really take my time myself.
Right.
Well, another thing I want to say too, Dwight, is that I like Donald Trump. Now, you know I like Donald Trump. See, remember when Barack Obama and Biden was the president, the vice president for 8 years? They skipped the Bahamas, they skipped the Caribbean, they're going all about. The Chinese came in and helped and said, that's good. But Donald Trump, don't tell us that we cannot borrow money from no Chinese. Because you all know China and Japan, trillions of dollars. Leave us alone with that one, that Trump. But look here, I'm a real payment. And look here, what we need to do, that based on the budget, we need $5 billion. See, these are the kind of things that we need to be dealing with, not right?
Mm-hmm.
But the first thing is, please repeal the landholder act back. No more land and keep for sale to nobody. Because we as real beings, we got the right to take these things back. And that's all I can say, Dwight.
Okay. All right. Thanks a lot. Appreciate it. One more call, and then we got to get to these messages before the break. Good morning, caller. You're on the air.
Yeah, good morning, Dwight. Good morning, Deandra.
Hi, good morning.
Yeah, Dwight, man, when I listened to you read that thing about the murder, that really shocked me, That's shocking and sad, And I want to offer condolences to like Marcy.
You're breaking up a bit there. You're breaking up.
I just want to offer condolences to the Parkinson Seymour family as well, from one of in terms of what she did in the legal profession.
Absolutely.
On many big, prominent cases.
Indeed.
It's going to be a void. I just coincidentally, I just was online on Friday trying to look for her number, but to say how to matter, but it's just sad, heart-wrenching.
Absolutely.
Now, Dwight, in respect to this hospital, I just hope this hospital don't land us in big problems, because everybody have their opinion on it, some for it, some against it, but
call us back after the news on that. We're going to get to that right after the news. So call us back, Leroy.
Okay.
Yeah? All right. Thanks a lot. Some messages as we go to the break. This person's Laverne sending a message. Take it easy before I have to find another co-host on Thursday.
Yes, that's right, Laverne. Tell him about this.
So she's taking it hard. She's taking it hard. Oh, man.
Don't let him bully you.
This person says that the passport situation is a long-time problem in the country. The banks do it as well. Even if a passport is expired, that does not change who you are. It still identifies you. I think they've relaxed it a bit in the banks. But yeah, I think so. I think so. But something, it's crazy. It's crazy. The baby flag St. Lucia, as you were saying.
Thank y'all for letting me know.
Is it true that first-time voters are being forced to have their biometrics taken? If not, they cannot vote.
That's for the card, though, right?
But you don't have. If you already have a voter's card, you don't have to get the biometric card for this election. Will it be like that going forward? I don't know. Bad Bunny, as we go to the break for the news, we'll be back.
Ojalá que los míos nunca se muden. Y si hoy me emborracho, pues que me ayuden.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM, streaming on GuardianTalkRadio.com and the Guardian Radio app, Nassau, Bahamas.
Welcome back to Morning Blend on Guardian Radio 96.9. We are streaming live on GuardianTalkRadio.com and on the Guardian Radio app for smart devices. We're also on your televisions, on Cable Bahamas, us at Morning Blend 969 or Facebook.com/Morning Blend 969. Text us 422-4796. And now at 8:19, it is time for another check of your weather for today, brought to you by Sherwin-Williams. So we've got rough surf and elevated seas that continue to plague the Atlantic, the islands. And boaters, especially small craft operators, are strongly advised not to venture into Atlantic waters today. So we've got a strong ridge of high pressure dominating the weather across the country today, promoting dry conditions, cooler temperatures, and gentle to moderate breezes. The dry and stable conditions are expected to continue until the upcoming week, as a strong ridge of high pressure dominates the region, supporting gentle to moderate breezes. Temperatures will gradually rebound towards midweek this week as the high shifts eastwards. A weak frontal boundary is expected near the northern islands towards the end of the week, and that's going to bring a few isolated showers. So there remains a moderate to high risk of dangerous life-threatening surf across all areas, and these hazardous waves may also affect sheltered areas, so especially Atlantic-facing shorelines of the islands. So beachgoers and swimmers strongly advised to stay out of Atlantic waters at this time. So your forecast for today, for most of the country, we're looking at partly to mostly sunny conditions, becoming fair at night, less than a 10% chance of showers. Cloud cover a bit elevated for the central and southeastern islands. Temperatures today warming up gradually. We're looking at highs for the northern half of the country and the central Bahamas, looking at highs in the low to mid 70s, around 24, 25 Celsius. Overnight lows tonight getting down to the upper 50s, mid to upper 50s for the northern half of the country, low 60s to mid 60s for the central islands. For the southeast Bahamas today, high temperatures around 80, 81 Fahrenheit, 27, 28 Celsius. Overnight lows tonight getting down to the mid to upper 60s, around 19, 20 Celsius. In your extended outlook for Tuesday, tomorrow, look for mostly sunny conditions turning fair at night for the northern half of the country. A mix of sun and clouds turning mostly fair at night elsewhere. By Wednesday, a mix of sun and clouds for most of the country becoming mostly fair at night. Only about a 10% chance of showers as the gradual warm-up continues. And for Thursday, partly cloudy through the night for the southeastern islands, mostly sunny elsewhere, turning mostly fair at night. Highs back into the low 80s for some areas, and lows in the upper 60s, low 70s by Thursday. That's your morning blend weather check brought to you by Sherwin-Williams. If you're looking to paint, your local Sherwin-Williams store has top quality paints, expert advice, and everyday discounts to help you save, only at Sherwin-Williams. Time for a look at traffic brought to you by NUA Insurance. So we've got roadworks on Carmichael Road. That's expected to continue for the remainder of the week between 9:30 a.m. and 2:30 p.m. This is Carmichael beginning at Bacardi Road West. So avoid that area if you can or follow the posted traffic signs. In your real-time traffic right now, we've got a number of hot spots for you. So let's begin west and make our way east. How about that? So we've got on Gladstone Road, you're going to be seeing that slow-moving, heavy traffic northbound, just north of Fire Trail, all the way up to John F. Kennedy Drive, Bahamar Boulevard. Some slow-moving traffic east of that roundabout on John F. Kennedy Drive, and that's eastbound and westbound as well near Theodora Lane. Then we've got Milo Butler Highway, heavy traffic for you north of Fire Trail, straight up to Tonic Williams Darling Highway, and slow-moving traffic on Tonic Williams Darling Highway westbound to that roundabout. If you're near the six-legged roundabout on the John F. Kennedy Drive side, you're going to be seeing that slow-moving traffic. That's eastbound and also northbound on the New Providence Highway side. And a bit of congestion for you at the Farrington Road side, southwestbound. Then we've got Blue Hill Road, heavy traffic for you from St. Vincent straight up to Independence Drive. If you're heading northbound, you'll see that there, but also southbound once you get north of Soldier Road and Independence Drive, heavy traffic both directions, especially eastbound towards that East Street roundabout. East Street also seeing heavy, slow-moving traffic northbound, especially near the Soldier Road intersection, and again north of that roundabout when you get close to Robinson Road. And speaking of Robinson, you're going to be seeing heavy traffic there if you are heading westbound from Prince Charles. Heavy traffic straight up to Marathon and Prince Charles from well east of Beatrice Avenue. If you're heading westbound, you're going to see that slow-moving traffic there. Bernard Road and Eastern Road also seeing that heavy, slow-moving bumper-to-bumper traffic. Eastern Road from just east of Fox Hill to about Johnson Road. It's a real-time traffic and your morning blend traffic alert brought to you by NUA Insurance Agents and Brokers, your partner for smart motor insurance and advice that puts you first, whether you're on the road or at home. Getting an instant motor quote is easy. Give them a call, visit your nearest branch, or log in anytime at nuainsurance.com.
No one likes a fender bender.
Oh, man.
From a little scratch to a full mashup, NUA Insurance has got you covered with auto insurance tailored to fit your needs and budget. For affordable rates with free on-site accident assistance, visit us online or in branch and just ask us. NUA Insurance. Ask us because we've got you covered.
Spend $150 or more store-wide by February 21st and enter to win Nassau Tiles Fila Cleaning Bundle, valued more than $300. These Fila cleaning products give you the strength you need to keep every tile surface in your home sparkling like new. Drawing takes place on February 23rd. Come visit our showroom today and see our full line of Fila specialty cleaning products. For every space, for every style, think Nassau Tile.
Every day in a busy world, we have to do so much. Bank with CIBC and get that personal touch. Share your ambitions, let us help your dreams come true. At CIBC, you're at the heart of all we do. We're on your side, we're listening, we know the way you feel. CIBC, ambitions made real.
Cabin crew, prepare for takeoff.
The world needs pilots now. Airlines everywhere are hiring, and your opportunity is ready for takeoff. At the Sagicor Cave Hill School of Business and Management, the UE Cave Hill campus, you can earn a bachelor's or master's degree, plus a commercial pilot license in one powerful, globally aligned program. Train in the Caribbean's most advanced aviation ground school, then soar with CAE, one of the world's top flight training academies. 2 qualifications, 1 world-class aviation career. Your future is waiting. Visit cavehill.uwi.edu/schsbm. Apply now and let your career take flight.
Screening for colorectal cancer should begin at the age of 45. Reduce your risk for colon cancer and schedule your colonoscopy today at reduced prices for the months of March and April at the office of Dr. Harold Mullings, located next to Princess Margaret Hospital. Call us today at 328-5550 or WhatsApp 816-1417.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM, streaming on GuardianTalkRadio.com and the Guardian Radio app, Nassau, Bahamas.
I like dollars, I like diamonds, I like stunning, I like shining, I like $1,000,000 deals. Where's my pen? I'm signing. I like those Balenciagas, the ones that look like socks. I like going to the Tula. I put rocks all in my watch. I like texts from my exes when they want a second chance. I like proving wrong. I do what they say I can't. They call me Cardi, Cardi, banging body, spicy mommy, hot tamale, hotter than a Somali. Virgo, Ferrari, hop up the stoop, jump in the coupe. Big dip on top of the roof, flexing them as hard as I can. Eating halal, driving a lamb. So that bitch, I'm sorry though. Got my coins like Mario. Yeah, they call me Cardi B. I run this like cardio. I'm in district.
I don't think he's in this one. Is he in this one? They say he's in it, but okay. Well, that one doesn't count.
What do you mean it doesn't count?
That's a Cardi B song. That's not a Bad Bunny
He's featured.
song.
Yeah, but he's featured.
But anyway, we're playing Bad Bunny all because people are like, who is Bad? Anyway, but
don't leave Benito alone.
Welcome back to Morning Blend. Dwight Straw along with Deandra Cartwright here. We heard from Laverne. She says she's doing okay. She went back and watched the
I like
6
how you
previous
summarize
wins.
that.
Yeah. And Ricardo sends messages as well. He says, tell all the Patriot fans to keep their chin up. We'll be back. Sure. All right, coming up in a few minutes, we're going to be talking with BTVI about the professional development courses. We're going to get into that with them. And later in business, we are talking with Assurance Home Care, talking about the services they offer. But we continue to talk about what's in the news. Let's take this call, and then we'll get into it. Caller, good morning. You're live on the air. Are you there? No, okay. So let's get into it. A lot of people messaging saying that plenty of the banks will not take your expired documentation. Your
Yeah, I think it's a bit
IDs.
different with the banks.
Okay. Well, this person says here, yeah, same thing. When persons are turned away, why didn't they go to their MP and complain?
Y'all can find y'all MP. Sorry, all right, I could behave. Sorry.
And again, these are first-time voters. Many probably don't think like that. They're just like, I don't need to do this. I'm just going home.
It's also a
Forget that.
process. It's a system. It's supposed to work.
Yeah.
So.
You complain that every year we go through the same thing with these politicians, but yet you're still encouraging people to vote. You got a problem. I don't know what's up with you. We do get things done with them, right? When we do complain, they do listen, right? They do make adjustments. They have abandoned some things that we say were silly. So I don't know why you are so discouraged. I know there are a lot of things to be discouraged about, but to the point where you are, it's very, very sad. But I think it's got more to do with you than with anything else.
Yeah.
It's perspective. They do listen. Not on everything. Definitely not.
Yeah.
But we have been able to get them to see the light or to extend more time for certain things, to consider other alternatives. It does happen. It does happen.
It does.
This person says here, this government wants to hold the citizens hostage after doing us in and living us out to dry. If you are 70 plus, would you leave a big loan on your grandchildren like a foot on their neck? This is ludicrous. I guess they're talking about the hospital. So let's get into it. Last week, U.S. Ambassador Herschel Walker encouraging the Bahamas to drop the China deal, saying that it is not in the best interest of the country, and that I believe he was saying that the U.S. was prepared to find alternative funding. So the government and China responding to this. Rachel Scott writing about it today. Geopolitical tensions between the United States and China have once again surfaced in the Bahamas over the government's decision to seek and accept a loan from China's Export-Import Bank to fund the construction of a new hospital on New Providence. Citing concerns that the loan is not in the best interest of the Bahamas, U.S. Ambassador to the Bahamas Herschel Walker said the country should reconsider it, as he pledged that the U.S. would help to secure a better deal. His comments coming after Minister of Health and Wellness, Dr. Michael Darville, noted last month that the terms of the loan agreement, had been finalized. In a statement on Saturday, a spokesperson from the Chinese embassy in the Bahamas said that the new hospital is a, quote, livelihood project financed through a highly preferential loan. It is jointly advanced by both sides on the basis of mutual respect and friendly consultation, with the aim of improving the well-being of the Bahamian people. The project aligns with the healthcare needs of the Bahamas and serves its best interest. The embassy said that China's policy is to, quote, respect the sovereignty of the Bahamas and to support its independent choice of development paths and partners, saying that, quote, China-Bahamas cooperation involves no geopolitical calculations, targets no third party, and should not be interfered with by any external party.
Oh, boy.
Regardless of international and regional changes, China remains committed to developing long-term and cooperative relations with the Bahamas on the basis of equality, mutual respect, or mutual benefit, and a win-win cooperation, thereby contributing to the Bahamas' economic and social development and to the improvement of its people's livelihoods. The 200-bed specialty women's and children's hospital has been a key health Davis administration, which signed the agreement last year to borrow $195 million from the China Export-Import Bank to cover around 73% of the facility's funding. Darville noted last week in the House that per the agreement, China Railway Construction Corporation Limited is the contractor for the project, and noted that the stipulated foreign to Bahamian worker ratio is 50-50, though he said the government is still working to secure a better split for Bahamians. Now, with Walker, in his statement last week, the U.S. Embassy in Nassau noted that China Railway Construction Corporation has been placed on the United States Department of Treasury Office of Foreign Assets Control's restricted investment list due to its links to China's military-industrial complex, saying, quote, it doesn't appear to be in the best interest of the Bahamas to submit to Chinese law and labor standards on their own soil. It would be better to look at other financing options that adhere to international norms, and that President Trump believes in fair deals that benefit both nations, and the United States is committed to being the economic and security partner of choice. Saying, quote, we stand ready to work with the Bahamas to help secure a better deal, whether from private or public sources, to provide the healthcare infrastructure Bahamians deserve. Now, in a statement in response to the embassy, Darville said that the government has, quote, taken note of Walker's comments, but noted that the agreement with China is concluded and was undertaken following careful technical, legal, and financial assessment, with the overriding priority being the urgent health care needs of the Bahamian people. He noted that the Bahamas government tried to engage the U.S. government with respect to financing for the hospital, saying the Bahamas engaged at the highest levels of the United States government on numerous occasions, including discussions with the U.S. Export-Import Bank. While there were conversations, the Bahamas did not receive a financing response that met the scale, timing, and certainty required to advance this critical national project. Okay, all right, let's get your reaction to all of that, folks, really quickly before we have to move on. But quite a lot said from all sides there. But
that was a mouthful.
Here we go again in the middle of these two. Okay, let's go to the phone lines and we'll get to your text messages really quickly. Caller, good morning. You're on the air. Hi, good morning, caller. You're live. Turn on your radio for us, please.
Yes, good morning.
Hi.
It's at the Bahamas between.
You got to turn on your radio for us.
Okay.
Yeah. Are you there?
On a hard place.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, it seems like the American government doesn't want us to deal with China in any event, regardless. So, I don't know. This can be a long run. But we stand a lot to lose when it comes to America. You know, I don't know if this will affect our visa policy or pre-clearance policy. So, we will see.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Let's take another call. Good morning. You're live on the air.
Hey, good morning, Dwight.
Hi. Good morning.
You know, I don't, from recent time as to what's going on in America, they're dealing with China. Mm-hmm. Why they don't want anybody else to deal with China? They are getting good deals from China. Why can't we get good deals from China? And I don't see, for now, I don't see America, I'm sorry, but I don't see America as being man of their word. They seem to be, I don't know, a bit not friendly with anybody, and they're not doing anything much to help you. And then those who they help, they seem to be strong arming you at the end of the day. I don't get it. I feel like we should stick with the norm and go, if they do the pre-clearance too bad, we just stand on the line longer, go 4 hours ahead of time to clear, whatever it be. But I don't like the deal with America. They're not playing for this. They're not the America that we're used to. I'm sorry to say like that. They're not the same.
Okay.
That's my side.
Oh boy. All right. Thanks a lot. Appreciate it. Caller, good morning. You're live.
Good morning. I'm back on. While I called earlier to say that the mall of Marathon was in, the Town Center Mall seemed to have a problem because verification took half an hour with just 9 persons on the line and they have person attending, and new voters took 4 hours.
4 hours?
That's inside. That's inside story. That's our experience.
Wow. Okay, that's interesting. All right. Thanks for that call. Why would it take that long? Wow, boy.
Questions? Dwight, I have questions.
Caller, good morning. You're live.
Good morning, Dwight.
Hi.
I'd like to say something to you off there, please, if possible.
Okay. Well, leave your number with the producer. Yeah. Okay. And let's take this other call. Good morning, caller. You're live on the air.
Yes, good morning to both of you.
Hi.
It's Alan Johnson here. I think, first of all, we already know that that we often discuss things without the proper information and context. But I'm very concerned about this hospital impact on our future generations, the cost value. When we talk about China, the agreement we signed where the jurisdictions for this lies, we only need to learn from the Bahama process when a huge influence was placed on this government to actually exercise its sovereign position to pull the jurisdiction from the United States in Bahama into our jurisdiction. We see the perception or allegations of a form of corruption that has happened in regards to the same principles in this administration that came from the other. So here it is now. We are now signing an agreement that gives almost exclusivity that any conflict or any disagreement we have will happen in Beijing or whatever it is in China. Now, when you take from that, though, the overall financial internal return of this project is 0%, meaning that we are facing a crisis and we are basically buying buckets with no means of justifying the expenditure. So can you imagine, Dwight, are you aware that the financial, pre-tax financial value of this project is negative $163 million? And that it will cost us in operation expenses when we haven't resolved the current issues of the existing hospital. We don't have a strategy to resolve the turnkey operation of this place, nor the staffing of this project in the short, medium, or long term. This is simply a legacy bragging project that has no true argument as to the cost-benefit analysis.
Okay. All right. Thank you for that. I don't know what to say, but hopefully we'll have. We're hoping to have Dr. Darvel on soon to explain just how needed this is, so we can all at least try to be on the same page with this, if that is possible. Some messages as we go to the break. Voter turnout wins elections. Frustrating voters is a common practice around the world. New and old, new and young voters stay home when only the diehard loyalists vote. Why doesn't Herschel Walker just bring the actual deal instead of promising something? Or promises a comfort to a fool. What are these benefits that China is touting that they get from the Bahamas? They said mutual respect and understanding and stuff like that, no?
Mutual benefit.
They want to help the healthcare system in the country. That's what they say. If America cares so much about our Bahamian healthcare, they still have an opportunity to assist. We need a major hospital in Grand Bahama. It's closer to the American mainland and will show that they are truly willing to help. But we won't hold our breath on that because the U.S. cares for no one but themselves. Yikes.
Powerful words there.
Oh boy. Okay. And as we go to break, this person says that someone should ask Kingsley Smith if the deal with the hospital is complete, because we'll get a true answer from him.
I feel like they'd be interested.
Yes, they are, certainly. Oh, boy. Well, that's...
Oh, boy.
We got to go to break. Like this is Morning Blend on Guardian Radio 96.9.
Here's a Sure-winning art store moment from Shelley and Dee Dee.
We're the only full art store in the Bahamas. If we don't have it, we make a list, and trust me, our boss can get that. If you need that, he can get that. You can find sketchbooks, acrylics, the canvases in all sizes, stencils. We have the Angelus that they use on shoes and letters. We're the only persons in Nassau that carries the Montana spray. We have the Krylon sprays, watercolor and paints, the oil, chalk paints, the alcohol paint, metallic paints, the little Floetrol, and we have cleaning products for the artists, thinning products for the artists, and Crayola colors, and glitters, pencils, the Posca markers, and pastels, oil, and the acrylic pastels, dyes. Oh yeah, we also have airbrush paint. I didn't forget that part of the movie. Gift sets, hobby craft,
Oil shrimp, stew shrimp gumbo. But art supplies. We have a lot of them. Sherwin Williams Art Store. Find colour in every day.
Screws and Fasteners World, Balfour Avenue and Palm Beach Street, has those hard-to-find fasteners for you right now. You can find stainless steel regular hex, carriage bolts, galvanized bolts, threaded rods, nails, self-tap screws, sex bolts, anchor bolts, turnbuckles, masonry tools, hand tools, and weed whacker strings. Check out the rope selection and car body fasteners, too. Special orders are welcome. It's your #1 fastener store. Screws and Fasteners World, Balfour Avenue and Palm Beach Streets. Call 326-1976.
Put more money back in your pocket with a Fidelity debt consolidation loan. Why pay more when you can pay less? Reduce your monthly debt payments down to one low, easy payment. Apply for a Fidelity debt consolidation loan today. Call 356-7764.
Fidelity, we're good for you.
No one likes a fender bender.
Oh, man.
From a little scratch to a full mashup, covered with auto insurance tailored to fit your needs and budget. For affordable rates with free on-site accident assistance, visit us online or in branch and just ask us. NUA Insurance. Ask us because we've got you covered.
Marco's is so bad. Don't think small, think big. The big XL deal at Marco's Pizza is just $16.50. One extra large, one topping pizza you'll love at a great price. Big nights need big pizza. Made with our founder's signature sauce, fresh cheese, and fresh dough. Taste the freshness in every slice. Big slices, big flavor, big value. Order now at MarcosPizzaBahamas.com. Go big tonight with Marco.
In the world of business, technology is not a choice, it's a necessity. And for businesses that demand excellence, there's only one choice for unparalleled support and cutting-edge technology. Custom Computers. You have challenges and we have solutions. Computing, networking, storage, and printing for enterprises large and small, aligned with premium brands like HP, Microsoft, Konica Minolta, and more. Get tech done the right way with Custom Computers. Call the Know-How team at 396-1101.
Otra vida en otro mundo por hacer. En esta solo quedaría y solamente verte en el atardecer. Si me van sola y triste no me hablan. Si me van sola y triste soy culpable. La vida es una fiesta que un día termina y fuiste tú mi baile inolvidable.
We are back with Morning Blend on Guardian Radio 96.9. Dwight Strachan with Deandra Cartwright as on this post-Super Bowl recovery Monday morning, right?
Well, see how we call it a recovery, right?
I mean, I think plenty of people want to be home. But hey, we are changing gears, and BTVI, always a lot of exciting things happening there. They've got some professional development courses to tell us all about. We're very pleased to welcome the Professional Development Coordinator, Laverne Hilton Thompson, and we have the head of the Department for the Beauty Trades Department, Donnelly Minnis. Ladies, great to have you with us. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, and good morning, Bahamas.
All right, so this professional development courses, how's this different from some of the other things that happen at BTVI?
Awesome. So let's just start with BTVI. It's the National Technical and Vocational Institution of the Bahamas. Let's just put that out there first. But we offer a lot of full-time programs. But in addition to the full-time programs, we offer professional development courses, or PDCs, which are short, targeted courses designed for adults, professionals, and anyone looking to upskill or reskill.
Okay. So how short? How short are they normally? What are we talking about here?
Well, they can go from about 5 weeks to about 12 weeks, depending. Some of our courses, because a lot of times adults want to learn a skill, but they don't have that time.
Yeah.
We're working. We're out there working, we're doing things, but we want to upskill. We want to have that side job. We want to have that next skill because we know that one job does not work here in the Bahamas.
Oh,
right?
boy. Yeah. You need multiple streams of income.
So
right?
multiple streams of income, and we are the place that can do it. So our spring 2026 PDCs include a wide range of courses in areas such as business, fashion trades, beauty trades, construction, and mechanical trades, just to name a few. So we offer a whole lot of courses. And these courses are flexible, and they're designed to be practical, making them ideal for the working adults.
Yeah.
And of course, Beats VI is not just in New Providence. We're present in Grand Bahama, Exuma, Andros, Abaco Mainland, Moores Island, and Eleuthera.
Oh, wow.
And so we want to make sure that we're continuing the learning across the Bahamas because we don't want our family islands to be left out. But one of the exciting things this semester is that we are offering virtual PDCs via Zoom.
Okay.
Which means anyone on any island can participate without having to travel. Once you have internet access, you can join from wherever you are. So anyone that's looking to improve their skills, change their career, advance in the current job, or even explore new interests. Our PDCs are open to the public. They're short, they're affordable, and they're impactful.
Yeah. All right. So this is again professional development, not necessarily if you want a hobby or anything.
Hobbies as well. Because listen, in the fashion trade, for example, we have basic sewing. Last semester we offered this, and a lot of my senior. I don't want to say senior citizens.
I was just going to ask you, what
citizens,
senior mean?
But a lot of my matured clientele.
I would think they'd be the ones who know how to sew.
No.
No?
But these are some who, they've been in the profession for a long time. And many of them are like managers and they're retired.
Okay.
And they said, we want something to do.
Okay.
Why are you, we can't drive. We don't like to drive at night. Why are we not having anything during the day? So this semester, I said, you know what, let's do that. And so we're having basic sewing 1 from 10 to 1 on a Monday and Wednesday. And I thought that's not just for retirees. This can be anyone who has that time.
Okay.
We have people who have scheduled work. They go work at night or whatever, and they want to know. Especially as ladies, we like to go shopping, right? And so the simplest of shirts or outfits can cost a good couple of dollars.
Oh, yeah.
But if you know how to sew simple outfits, you could have a different outfit every day. Right? And lessen that. And the thing is, it's an investment because, for instance, our courses range from about $450. And I keep telling persons, it is an investment.
Yeah.
Because when you learn this skill, no one can take that skill away from you, right?
Yeah.
So we have basic sewing 1, that's Mondays, Wednesdays, 10 to 1. We have basic sewing 2. Now, this is for the professionals. These are those who want to sew their outfit to go to the Red Cross ball and make some extra money on the side and all that good stuff. Because some people in here, they are to all the balls. I'm not going to call a name. I'm not going to call anyone because that's my good friend right there.
She's talking about me, y'all.
Yes, I'm talking about her. So that cost right there is $550. But that's the price of a dress, pretty much, or less.
Pretty much.
Right? And so if you can get that skill and that instructor, the instructors that we have are top tier. We don't play with that. We are accredited institution. We make sure we get the best. And then we also have something, introduction to straw plaiting and weaving. Bahamas, did you hear that?
Oh my goodness.
Okay, so that's a course that I'm going to be a part of as well. I've already put in and the space is limited. So if you don't apply now, you may not get a chance to be a part of that.
Y'all could go learn how to plait. And I say y'all because I already know. So y'all join me. Thanks.
So I want to make my little clutches. I like my little clutches when I go out. So I want to be able to make them because they're very costly. So I will be making mine. I'll sell them at a reduced price for anyone who said they listen to Guardian Radio.
Oh, wow.
Hey.
Okay.
But we also have basic upholstery skills. That's a skill that is dying in our society. And of course, we have a lot of interest in that. That costs only $450. And so That starts the 3rd of March. And listen, we want people to come and get the skill. Once you get that skill, listen, I have people I think I had a manager from Atlantis call me last semester and said, listen, once you find persons who've done that, please call me, give me their names. We have jobs waiting on them.
Really?
So get your skill. There's jobs waiting. So when I hear people say, there's nothing to do, come and upskill. Get upskilled, reskill, and get those jobs. Be marketable, not in one area.
That's amazing. How many weeks for the upholstery course?
The upholstery is only 6 weeks.
Okay.
6 weeks, 2 days.
6 weeks to a job.
6 weeks and you get a job.
I got a question. They come with certificates, right? I get things?
Yes, of course.
Oh, I like that.
Of course. And that's just the fashion part of it. We have PDCs, of course, in Grand Bahama as well. We have the virtuals. Now we have the head of department for beauty, so I'm going to leave her on for last because that's the best right there. This lady here is powerful.
Deandra already has questions.
But in business trade, for example, we have accounting one, supervisory management, basic customer service, and principles of project management, public speaking. These are all virtual classes, of course. So anyone, anywhere in the Bahamas, like I said, once you have internet, a computer, listen, you're able to be a part of this. We don't want our family islands to feel like they're left out. So therefore, we have done virtual classes. And the accounting and supervisory management and the customer service are supposed to start this week. But we had persons who said, we didn't get a chance to sign up yet. So the good news is we're going to extend it for 1 more week. So we're pushing it back 1 more week. So accounting one will not start on Tuesday. We'll start the next Tuesday on the 17th. Supervisory management, we have 2 courses, 2 sections of that. One that's virtual. That one was supposed to start today, but it's going to start next week, Monday. We give them time to have their little Valentines, put the little, persons up on the little side thing, And then we also, with supervisory management one, though, we also have an in-person one because sometimes persons aren't virtual learners. Right, they need to be there and see and feel, all of that. So we have one for that in-person as well. And then we have construction trade. I know I had the head of construction trade that was coming. I think he's running a little late. I don't know. But that's a big thing over there. Yeah. Listen to me. I mean, they basically electrical 1, basic electrical 2. We got cabinet making. We got single phase electrical. These are the people who want to make that money. Oh, yeah. Because, of course, this one is licensure. So this is approved through the Ministry of Works. So when you're done with this and you're successful, you actually get a license as an electrician. Mm-hmm. All right. And we have installation and maintenance of ductless air conditioning units. We got basic tiling. We got CAD, CAD drafting. We got basic diesel engine repair. You name it, we have it. Mm-hmm. And even the courses that you don't see on our flyers, we try to change it up semester after semester because we have so many things to offer. Yeah. And if there is something out there that the public says, hey, do you have this? Or can you do this? Mm-hmm. We are so gifted that at BTVI, we will craft that.
That is amazing.
Just for the workforce, because that's what we do.
Yeah.
So now I'm going to turn it over to our Beauty Trades HOD.
Hey, Donnelly Minnis. All right.
Good morning. I am so excited to share what the Beauty Trades Department is offering when it comes to professional development courses. The good thing about it is, yes, it's professional development. It's also personal development, but it's also continuing education. Yes. Why? Because we actually identify persons in our sphere that are interested in any one of these areas. You may be a cosmetologist and you feel that I'm a little stale, so you want to come back to freshen up. Mm-hmm. I like a refresher course. Then you may have that person who is getting ready to retire and she really, really don't want to retire, so she wants to say, what's my next? Mm-hmm. Imagine in 5 weeks, you can learn a skill. Just 5 weeks. You can go to your full-time job, 9 to 5, and then at 6 p.m., you can be at BTVI Campus, Old Trail Road, waiting to enter into your class. So what we have offering for this semester, which is the spring semester, we have face care makeup application, where you learn to do the basic cleansing. You're able to analyze the person's skin, learning their texture, the tone of their skin, and knowing how to care for it. Some person just want a basic light makeup, that's fine. But you're going to learn more than that. Then you have makeup application 2, which is more advanced. So could you imagine learning at BTVI how to do makeup for TV and broadcasting?
Oh, wow.
And the balls.
And the balls. Most definitely the balls. And the proms. But guess what? Makeup for the dead. you can actually come there and learn how to do that. We also have acrylic nails. Now, acrylic nails it's nails that persons learn to do and they love doing it, but sometimes you see that, okay, well, I don't want it too long, I don't want it too short, but we're going to be able to do that, whatever you want. I like to think of beauty trade as a buffet, meaning that anything you want, you can get it.
Right.
So that's how I like to look at BTVI, the beauty trades department. Also, we have the poly gel application with design. So let's just say just gel, because a lot of times we get used to just the norm, but there are times when we have to look and see what's new, what's trendy.
Yes.
And then once that happens, we know those persons who are already in industry, they can come and they can, sharpen their skill.
Right.
What I also love to say about the beauty trades department, we have industry professionals developing our craft. So when you look at nail technology, oh, she has this nail place. Okay, when you look at barbering, oh, she's a barber or he's a barber. So you can identify with those persons who are your instructors.
Right.
5 weeks, $450. Now, come on. You can't beat that.
That's a good deal.
Everyone in the Bahamas, seriously, should have a trade. It's no excuse whatsoever.
Now, Deandra had a question for you off air, but I think she should ask it on air because the response is very interesting for people to hear. But ask your question, Deandra.
So my question is, anyway, I'll just say it the way I said it off air. So I need to learn how to do hair that's a different texture than mine. And I know that I've seen before that there are courses at BTVI that may cater to that. So I was asking to tell me a little bit more about that, because I would like to know how to do some of my beloved's hair and do it properly. I can do the basic plaiting, rowing, twisting, but I want to make sure. I don't want to go on someone else. Let them come to me. Let me see if I can do it.
Okay, fantastic. A lot of times we look at persons, especially born in the Bahamas, girl, you don't know how to braid? What you mean you can't braid? You sure you from Nassau? You sure you from the Bahamas? But the reality is, it's easy. I mean, really, really easy. But what we normally would do, when you come in, we will allow you to work on our mannequins. All right? We have a course called Natural Hairstyling, which is actually a special interest. But we also have basic braiding under the PDC courses. So in 5 weeks, I can teach you how to braid. We can teach you how to braid. Also, what you need to understand now, that final test to find out if you really qualify or you have the skill to do somebody here, you have to bring a live model in. So you can't just be doing mannequins now.
I have two I have two live models, teenagers that will tell me if they like it or not. So.
Awesome. Yep. So yeah, we can do that for you in 5 weeks.
And as we discovered, if the course is in there now, Laverne, you can make it happen.
We can make it happen. We definitely can make it happen. And the thing is, we want to know what are the interests in the Bahamas? Where can we fill those gaps for industry? Because that's what we do at BTVI.
Yeah, Donnelly.
Another thing I like to share too is, sometimes persons look at the time, but you believe that BTVI, and I can brag about this from our dean, there was a course that was requested. And I really wish, there was a course requested for basic maintenance. A church organization got a group together. And they did that program on Sunday. Our former dean customized that program to fit what was needed for that group of men. Could you imagine 50 men in a space? Sponsored.
On a Sunday.
Yes, on a Sunday.
So whatever you need, you cater to the need. Wow.
Everything you need.
Because we do customized programs. And so we just completed a customized program for LP Gas. And so it is possible. So if you have an organization, you have a company, and you want a because you can tell us too, if for a customized program, once you have 8 or more persons, you can say, listen, we want to do it on a Saturday from 6 to this time. Of course, we have to make sure that our instructors and everybody's on board with that, and it's approved. But we can customize it for you. Once you have 8 or more persons, we will do it just for you.
All right, so got some text messages. I have a couple more questions for you as well. This says here, I'm interested in working on small engines for go-karts and building go-karts in general. Are there any courses that align with this interest?
Well, that's basic. If basic diesel engine doesn't, I don't know if that's the same one, but we do have basic diesel engine. But even if that's not the one for him that he's considered, listen, call us at BTVI, ask for Laverne Hilton. And definitely, if that's not it, I promise you, before the end of the day, I will figure out what it is you need, and we will make sure that it's met.
Okay, wonderful. This person's asking if there's any land surveying courses, anything like that.
Blueprinting, land surveying. We've had so many interest calls. So we have a running interest list. And so as people call in, and so if you don't see it happening on our website or whatever, please do not hesitate to call us. Call BTVI, because we want to make sure that we are serving the Bahamas. And so the needs, the workforce, we want to fill those gaps. So if there is something that you are wishing for that we may have had in the past, call us, let us know, and we will make sure that we put that on for one of our upcoming semesters.
All right, so what are the requirements, qualifications? I mean, is it just bring the money and you're in, or do you have...
I have a question about the money, too.
Yeah.
Good question.
Okay.
Good question. So... for the PDCs, of course, they're short. You know, they're very different than the full-time. You need more. You need to have a whole lot of other stuff, which still isn't a lot. And it's so many. Oh my goodness! Anyhow, but let me get back to that question. So for the PDCs, all you need is to go online at our BTVI website.
Right.
You're going to fill out the PDC application.
Okay.
And you're going to upload a picture of your NIB smart card.
Okay.
And I don't know, people don't realize, like, they do expire. And also, it's easy. This is a plug for NIB.
If my NIB card is expired, am I not able to apply, or?
I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying, you can go online. Go online.
And get it.
And get it in like 1 or 2 days. I didn't realize that. I was very proud of NIB the other day when I applied for it. And in 2 days, it said, it's ready, and I went and I picked it up. So shout out to them, right? But to your NIB card, a photo of your passport, and then there's a $50 application fee. Okay? And you can pay that online on our payment portal. Upload those. Then, of course, like I said, the form. So once you've uploaded all of that, then that's the first step. The second step then is paying for your course. And you don't even have to come on campus to do that. You can go onto our payment portal. And once you go in there, you click on tuition, whatever the price of the course is, you put that in there. But then once you're done with that and you get your receipt, please do not hesitate to send a copy of that to me at pdc@btvi.edu.bs. We'll go ahead, register you, get you ready for your course, send you your schedule, and you're ready to start the first day of class.
Wow. Okay.
So you don't have to come on campus. Now, a person say, listen, I don't want my credit card on, no website, anything. If that's the case, of course, then for a payment, you'll have to come in and pay for that. And it's a simple process, but sometimes, depending on how many persons are on campus, you may have to wait.
Yeah.
So we encourage people, go ahead, go do it online.
Yeah.
I think there's like a $2 extra fee or something like that. But just make sure. I mean, when you think about it, an extra $2.50 that you pay online, you don't have to pay gas to get there.
Yep.
You don't have to waste your time. Your lunchtime is only so much, you may need to get back to pick up your children, that kind of thing. So it's convenient. So either way, and that's all you have to do to get into your course.
Wow.
Now, of course, you can't say, I want to do single-phase electrical, because that is for persons who've been in the field for at least 3 years, right?
So you have to show proof of that, or?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes, you do, especially that one.
Yeah.
But if you'd say, I want to do basic electrical too, if you've not been working in electrical and you get in that class, you're going to be lost. So if you say to me, oh yeah, man, I've done that, right? And you get in the class and you're lost, you can't blame anybody but yourself.
Right.
So you want to do basic electrical 1 because that's the foundation, of course. And then you move on to basic electrical 2. Same thing with sewing. You can't do sewing 2 without sewing 1 unless you know how to sew. So those things. So other than that, there's no prerequisite.
Right.
No
test to make sure that you are in the right one.
It's a skill, and they will meet you where they are, where you are, and they will make sure at the end of the day you leave that course with those skills.
Yeah. Are there tests at the end of the courses?
There are. Most of them are practical exams, of course, because you're not going to write a test for makeup. You have to, of course, then show what you've learned on a live model. Right. And of course, if you're showing braiding, my dear friend, you can't bring somebody who don't have any hair, right?
So Dwight, you cannot. Right. You can't be my
left out again.
Right. So that's the kind of test that's at the end. Of course, you just want to make sure that they are learning, because you don't want to go through the whole course, and at the end they've not gather the skills that they should have for that particular course.
I also had a question for payment. Is it you have to pay everything up front? Do you have payment plans? What are the different options for payment?
Well, you have to pay. You have to pay up front. We used to do payment plans, but of course, you know it. Sometimes we've gotten that skill. See y'all later.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh,
so
boy.
it's but here's the good news, right? It's a love season going on now, and so how I am looking at it is, instead of giving flowers or chocolates, why not give a trade and a skill that's going to last a lifetime during this love season? Seriously, do you really love that person? They may not be able to afford, right? And my grandparents always said, my mom would always say, you teach persons how to fish, and you fed them for a lifetime instead of giving them a fish every day.
Right.
So instead, you truly love someone. Oh, guess what? There are businesses out there that want to help someone. Reach out and pay for a person or two. Yeah. Show your love, like sow seeds. We talk about sowing seeds and all of that good stuff.
So y'all heard that? So for Yenna who've been messaging me about what I want for Valentine's,
hello.
Right? I need y'all to go and pay for this class.
Call Laverne.
Call Laverne. Tell y'all paying for the natural braiding class. It ain't on schedule right now, but it's coming up.
Yeah, coming up.
So y'all can pay for that and then send me the receipt.
Wow. Any rules about doing multiple? Can you do as many as you want?
You can do as many as you want. Just make sure they don't clash. So of course you want to make sure it's not the same days and same times. Yeah. But other than that, you can do as many as you want.
Okay.
Yes.
That's great stuff. Okay, remind folks how to get more information and how to sign up for this.
All right. So for more information, of course, you can go into any of our social media platforms, BTVI's platforms. You can go onto our website. And when you go onto our website, of course, you want to click on the PDC application. There may be another application there for the full-time courses, so you don't want that one if you're doing the short courses. Go on to the PDC application, fill it out, upload your passport, your NAB card, pay the $50 application fee, and that's it for your application. And then the next step then will be for your tuition, because persons like to ask the question, when is the deadline? Well, really, the deadline is when the class is full, right? So for some classes, it's a 10 max person, 12, depending on
I like
this.
that class size. That's
yes,
small.
it's small so that you
get
that attention. Yes, we need that attention, and we want to make sure that you're getting the skill. So we do not overload our classes. Of course, if it's virtual, then we, of course, can extend it to much more than that. So the deadline is when the class is full. So I say go and do it now. Please do it now. Apply. And so if you pay online, like I said already, payment portal, just click on tuition. If you're paying for the course, you put in the amount, follow the instructions, and then when you're done, send the receipt to pdc@btvi.edu.bs, and we'll go right ahead and register you for your class, send you your schedule, and you are good and ready to start your class.
Wonderful.
Now, of course, we start at 16, so you have to be 16 to be a part of the PDCs. Okay.
I think I qualify.
Yeah, so to be 16, I think you're a little over 16, so you're good to go.
So you could still be in high school.
Of course, you could still be in high school, but you have to be at least 16.
Right. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Wonderful. And then this listing, you can find out all the courses that are being offered on the website?
Yes. So this is, of course, on the website and all the social media platforms as well. But this is just for this semester. Right. So if you don't see something here and you're interested in it, please reach out to us. Please reach out to us, and we will add it to our interest list, and you will see it. So we don't just get what was your interest and just write it down and leave it alone. We go back at it. Yeah. And then we say, okay, what else can we offer? Because we want to make sure that we are trending, So a lot of new interests are coming, and I'm like, oh, that's interesting. Let's not create a program for that. Yeah. Let's create a course for that. And so please, BTVI is the place for learning. We want to make sure that anyone that's looking to improve their skills, change careers, advance in their current job, or even explore a new interest. Our PDCs are open to public, they're short, affordable, and they're going to be very impactful.
Excellent. We've got about 30 seconds left. This person's asking if all the classes are virtual. I think some of them can't.
No, not at all.
I don't think you can't do makeup.
No, we cannot.
No. So all of the beauty courses are 100% face-to-face, in person.
So the virtual ones, again, like I said, are accounting one, supervisory management, customer service, principles of project management, and public speaking. And to be honest, basic customer service, every single person in the Bahamas
Needs to take that about 3 times.
please, like, sign up for that. Honestly, like, so even if you do one person per company, please, we'll accommodate you.
Absolutely. These people are being very trapsy today. They're asking if we have any courses for voted out politicians.
I think they need to be upskilled. Okay, let's upskill them. So let's encourage people to be upskilled.
There you go. That's a great answer. That's a very good answer. Laverne Hilton Thompson, Donnelly Minnis. Thank you both for being here this morning. Great conversation. A lot of fun talking with you all. BTVI. Definitely the place to be.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
All right.
We're going to break for news and be back with business. This is Morning Blend on Guardian Radio 96.9. Stay with us.
Spend $150 or more store-wide by February 21st and enter to win Nassau Tiles Fila Cleaning Bundle, valued more than $300. These Fila cleaning products give you the strength you need to keep every tile surface in your home sparkling like new. Drawing takes place on February 23rd. Come visit and see our full line of Fila specialty cleaning products. For every space, for every style, think Nassau Tile.
The following is a paid political message.
Kalani, hey, Kalani, the future is brighter. Vote for my diver, hey, 'cause she is a fighter. Find it here. You're looking for truth. Find it here. Vote for MacGyver. She's here for you. See everybody in Kalani. Change is here. Hey, hands in the air. See everybody in Kalani. Vote for MacGyver. She is a fighter.
That was a paid political message. This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM, streaming on GuardianTalkRadio.com and the Guardian Radio app, Nassau, Bahamas. Views and opinions of the hosts and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the views of the management and staff of Guardian Radio.
Wake up, it's a new day. Wake up, it's a new day.
Good morning and welcome to Morning Blend Business on this Monday, February 9th, 2026. Welcome back to our Morning Blend listeners. Once again, I'm Dwight Strachan along with DeAndre Cartwright. And this morning we are talking with Assurance Home Care, offering services including personal care and nursing support and post-surgery recovery and more. Here to tell us all about this, very pleased to welcome President Rashad Farquharson. Good morning.
Thank you for inviting me here, Dwight.
Great to have you with us. All right, so I was asking you off here, how long has the company been in existence now?
We've been around for about 6 months.
All right, so what exactly is it that you do? And tell us more about the vision and your goals here.
Okay. Well, Assurance, when I first started, we directly interacted with the elderly. Mm-hmm. That was our main branch. But now we offer the medical assistance, vitals monitoring, dementia support, stroke recovery support, post-surgical care, and we basically have our monthly care plans that we tailor to fit the needs of our clients.
How did this come about? How did you become interested in this?
Well, honestly, I noticed a gap really in our silver economy. And honestly, the strains that the hospitals have, I wanted to be able to help with that because a lot of people go to the hospitals for minor incidents where they don't need to be there. And that causes strains for people that need the more serious care.
Yeah.
So I thought, why can't they get that care right at home?
Yeah. And this is a lot of people that fall into this category now.
Yeah.
You're seeing the numbers increase?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Wow. All right. So how does it work exactly?
Well, first, with our onboarding process, we start by first getting all the information from our clients. Then our team, we put together a care plan. We work hand in hand with our registered nurse. Also, we have a team of registered nurses and caregivers, most of our Bahamians. So once we have our plans put together, we tailor it based on their needs. We give them a price, and we get right on it.
So with some of the services, this is, can you do it every day, or is it only periodic?
Like I said, it's based on the needs of the client. So we have some clients, they have one-time. We have some one-time services. We have them weekly. We have them monthly, bi-monthly. We offer based on how they need it.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. So again, the services: personal care, nursing support, dementia and Alzheimer's care. Boy, post-surgery recovery, stroke recovery. Well, that's a lot, and hourly care, as we just talked about, available as well. All right. So you have a team of nurses. This is full time for them, or are they doing other things as well?
A lot of our nurses they're part-time because most of them they work at the hospitals and they fill in the gaps based on their availability. So we have a tight schedule that we run based on our nurses' availability. We partner them. Well, we link them to the clients that need the help.
Yeah. All right. So what are we talking about in terms of cost here?
The cost, it ranges based on what they need. So for clients that need that are more immobile, that are bedridden and need the full attention of our nurses, it honestly, it ranges.
But if I just need somebody to come in, help make sure I take my medication, would you offer that too?
We do offer that. So for that, we have a base rate. Our base rate starts at about $450 per week for that kind of care. But you just need someone. You're mobile, of course. You still are able to bathe yourself and take care of yourselves, probably feed yourself. We just need us where our companionship services actually come in. We come in. Some people they just need someone to talk to. When we come in, we're there to talk.
Oh wow! So that as well. So if you are a nurse or you maybe want to be a companion, are you looking for people?
We are. We are actually on our second wave of hiring right now. We just finished with our first wave, I think, last week, Wednesday. But if people that are interested, they can look on our Facebook page and they can send a resume to our email.
Any special requirements or anything
for our caregivers? We are open to training, of course, but experienced caregivers are what we want. And our registered nurses, of course, have to be in compliance with regulations of the Bahamas.
Yeah, wow. You said something very interesting earlier, the silver economy, and we know that we have an aging population. Right. But let's talk about it. How do we know the numbers of people who need these type services here now?
Yes, the silver economy, but presently I think it's about 20 to 30,000 Bahamians within that age bracket that needs this kind of care. And it's scheduled to double in the next 10 to 15 years. And those, we have to be prepared for that because that'll be a big blow to our hospitals if everybody chooses to just go directly there. So that's where this would come in because we're not limited to bed space. We could take it on right at the home.
Yeah. Absolutely. All right, so if people are interested, again, remind folks of everything they need to do and how to find you and find out more information about it.
Well, to find us, our contact number is 1242-810-8995, and you can reach us on WhatsApp. We have a Facebook page, Assurance Home Care. Our email is assurancebaha, BAH, @outlook.com.
Excellent. Are there days when folks aren't available, or is it every day? Can do weekends as well? Does it matter?
We're available throughout the whole week.
Okay.
Monday to Sunday.
Yeah.
Because care doesn't stop.
That's right.
I was just going to say, so it's around the clock as well.
Yeah, the hours, we are actually offering 24-hour services as well.
Okay.
If there's someone that needs that, we offer that kind of
So
service.
live-in
as well.
services.
Yes.
Okay.
Wow. Okay. Again, email, numbers, and if you have a website, people are asking again, one more time.
Our email is assurance, BAH, @outlook.com. Our phone number is 1242-810-8995. Facebook page, Assurance Home Care.
Okay. Somebody's asking if you provide wound care.
We do provide wound care, actually. Our nurses are certified to handle that kind of dressing and proper care, so it recovers well.
Yeah. Do you have an office people can come to, or is it preferred if it's online, everything?
We actually handle everything online, and we prefer our first point of contact is in the home so that we can do a first general assessment and have one-on-one contact with our client.
Okay, all right. Okay. Are there things you're not prepared to do? Nope, that's not what we're here for, or is it? How do you determine that?
Well, of course, we're not here to replace the hospital, so we limit ourselves to what we do.
Yeah,
we don't handle any surgeries, no stuff for that. We just handle the basic stuff like wound cares. We're there for the general support, the companionship. We're there for the dementia support.
That was going to be my question right there, because
Yes.
we do have a great deal of our population, our older population, that are battling Alzheimer's and variations of it. So it's great that your company would offer that particular service.
Yes, I know that we have a lot of cases, especially on the news now. We have a lot of elderly couples and, like the elderly couple that it was a tragedy.
Yeah.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so Rashad Farquharson, one more time. Assurance Home Care, the best way to reach you all, and how we can find out more information.
You can reach us on WhatsApp at 810-8995, and our email is assurancebaha, BAH, @outlook.com, and our Facebook page is Assurance Home Care.
Okay. Great information. This is a great service that you're offering. Keep us posted on how things are going with you all.
All right, thank you.
Thank you for being here this morning. Assurance Home Care. Rashad Farquharson is the president, and wishing you all the best with this. This
thank you.
Much needed. Timely indeed. Thanks again. All right, we're going to take a break and be back with our final few minutes of Morning Blend Business. Stay with us, folks.
Planning for retirement can be overwhelming, but with CFAL, it doesn't have to be. We offer tailor-made individual, group, and pension solutions that take the guesswork out of retirement planning. Whether it's for you or your company, don't leave your future to chance and let the trusted hands of CFAL's experts guide you toward peace of mind and financial stability. Low upfront costs and affordable monthly payments make it easy for you to build wealth so you can live well. Visit us at cfal.com to start on your path toward financial freedom. CFAL, growing wealth for future generations.
City of Miami Gardens presents JITG Music Fest. Janae Aiko, Ludacris, Ashanti, Nelly, Glorilla, LMA, Maya, Joe, D-Nice and Friends, featuring SWV, Donnell Jones, Case, Sunshine Anderson and Kenny Burns, Isley Brothers, El DeBarge, Stephanie Mills, and so many more. March 7th and 8th, Hard Rock Stadium. Tickets and info at jazzinthegard.com. Jazzinthegardens.com.
Struggling to find your financial rhythm? Make that move to Fidelity and let us help you orchestrate your financial goals into perfect harmony with free financial coaching sessions. Make that move today. Call 356-7764.
Fidelity, we're good for you.
Are you or someone you love in need of at-home care support? Maybe you require medication administration, mobility assistance, or post-surgical recovery support. Do you have a loved one who is suffering from Alzheimer's or dementia and need patient-centered support? Well, there's a caring, affordable, and trusted solution available for you. It's called Assurance Home Care. We have certified Bahamian nurses and caregivers, and we can provide both hourly or monthly rates. Call us now for a free consultation at 242-810-8995. At Assurance Home Care, we provide quality care you at home.
Southwest Plaza has so many stores, I've been trying to find a sensible way to list them all. There's CBS Bahamas, the Ashai Institute, BENC Snack World, Bamboo Shack Bahamas, there, the Athlete's Foot and BTC, Games and More, John Bull Fine Threads, Alive, Bahari, Dairy Queen, 700 Wines and Spirits, Sandy's Clarkson Island Lock, Starbucks and Lowe's Pharmacy, plus Marco's Pizza and Lorraine. Southwest Plaza, what a wide array of stores. Southwest Plaza, stop by today and explore.
At CFAL, we understand that a secure future is the greatest gift you can give your employees. Why our tailor-made group pension solutions are designed to fit the needs of both large and small companies. With CFAL, you can provide the retirement you and your employees deserve, ensuring peace of mind and financial stability for years to come. Join the many businesses that have already entrusted CFAL to create the right pension plan for their employees, and let us help you build a brighter future for your team. Visit us at cfal.com to get started on building wealth so you can live well. CFAL, growing wealth for future generations.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM, streamradio.com, and the Guardian Radio app, Nassau, Bahamas.
It is time for your morning business report, brought to you by CFAL, the Town Planning Committee's second public consultation meeting in Black Point, Exuma for Integra's Rosewood Exuma Resort, revealing a community divided over the two projects, but desperate to come together for the economic advancement of the central Exumas and its people. This happened on Thursday, the meeting. While the meeting began with the developer presenting a site plan for approval, it eventually devolved into shouts and jeers thrown between supporters of Integra and its Rosewood project and supporters of the neighboring Turtlegrass Resort and Island Club, owned by Bob Coughlin. Coughlin's project is already underway on Samson Key. Integra has broken ground on its project, but it's still awaiting or collecting government approvals. On more than one occasion, TPC Chairman Keenan Johnson was forced to stand to his feet to control the crowd, threatening to end the public consultation meeting before all the questions and comments were complete, and eventually having to carry through with the threat. At one point, the crowd, which jammed itself into a room at the Black Point All-Age School, became so raucous that police entered the room and stayed for the remainder of the meeting. While the temperature of the second meeting was similar to Integra's first public consultation meeting, the sentiment was different. More of those who had questions and comments about the project called for there to be unity between Rosewood and Turtlegrass. You can read more about that in today's Guardian Business section. Secretary of the National Fisheries Association, Paul Malis, for business that thousands of bonefish and other reef fish have died due to the cold weather recently experienced across the country, with reports of dead fish in Andros and Abaco washing ashore. He said a lot of dead and dying fish were in the creeks. There were people scooping up flapping snappers and especially jacks and shads, but they were dead. He said a huge aggregation of bonefish and barracudas. The bridge of Deep Creek Andros remembers catching 100 big barracudas on Thursday. So Mela says that the impact on other commercial fisheries such as lobster, grouper, and conch is expected to be minimal. Though the cold has affected other marine life, there's no evidence of widespread damage. According to cloud services provider Cloud Carib, resilience planning for critical infrastructure, such as utilities against cyber attacks, must be a collective effort involving both the private and the public sector. Resilience planning focuses on the organization's ability to withstand, recover, and adapt following a cyber attack. Cloud Carib, in a release responding to comments made by Focal Holdings President Dexter Adderley, saying that the nation's electricity grid faces cybersecurity threats. Cloud Carib saying, quote, "We support the comments made by Adderley on the importance of data sovereignty as digital systems that support critical infrastructure continue to evolve." More on that story in today's Guardian business section. And the government will launch the beta test for its price comparison app, Price Pal, today, with several behemoths testing the app before it is delivered to the entire country. Guardian Business got a sneak peek at Price Pal and its features, which includes user-friendly widgets like a grocery list builder and scrolling gas price tracker. The app allows the user to scan items in stores and pull up not only its price in the store where the scan took place, but also see the price in other stores. The app also allows users to search for specific items and, using geolocation data, see which store carrying that item is closest. The app was developed by Bahamian firm Novio Group for the government. Chairman of the Bahamas Trade Commission, Barry Griffin, telling Guardian Business that Price Pal is an initiative of the Bahamas Trade Commission and is supported by the Office of the Prime Minister, and that the app will be maintained by the Consumer Affairs Department, with the Consumer Protection Commission utilizing its own back end to the system to manage consumer complaints. Overseas, a federal jury found Uber to be legally responsible for a 2023 case of sexual assault, ordering the rideshare giant to pay $8.5 million to a woman who said one of its drivers raped her during a trip using the platform. The verdict, reached Thursday in Arizona, follows years of criticism against Uber's safety record, much of which spans from thousands of incidents of sexual assaults reported by both passengers and drivers. Because Uber drivers are categorized as gig workers, working as contractors rather than company employees, the platform has long maintained it's not liable for their misconduct. And the operator of roughly 180 Eddie Bauer stores across the U.S. and Canada has filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection. Eddie Bauer LLC saying today it had entered into a restructuring pact with its secured lenders as it made the filing in U.S. bankruptcy court for the District of New Jersey. The bankruptcy filing marks the third time in a matter of a little over 2 decades for the storied but now tired brand that began as a Seattle fishing shop, later outfitted the first American to climb Mount Everest, and made thousands of newfangled down jackets and sleeping bags for the military, the U.S. military during World War I. According to the release, Eddie Bauer retail and outlet stores in the U.S. and Canada will remain open and continue serving customers as the company begins its process of winding down certain stores. It noted that it will conduct a court-supervised sales process, and if a sale can't be executed, it will begin a wind down of its U.S. and Canadian operations. In your Market Watch, recapping trading on the BISX. From Friday, your market movers. Bank moving 9,000 shares, closing at 451. down 6 cents. Fidelity Bank moving 300, unchanged at 16.21. Consolidated Water closing at 7.37, up 1 cent, and Emir Incorporated down 19 cents, closing at 12.12. The BISX All Share Index closing at 3,183.15, down 0.24. That's your Market Watch, and that is your morning business report brought to you by CFAL, growing wealth for future generations. And tune in to CFAL Talks tonight at 6:30 p.m. right here on Guardian Radio 96.9. We are back with Morning Blend Business on Guardian Radio 96.9. Dwight Strachan with the Andrew Cartwright. Our final few minutes here for the show on this Monday morning. So we can get back into our conversation about the new hospital and the loan from China and what the Americans are saying and your reaction to all of it. Some really interesting text messages. This one we just got here. This is. So this is a text. I have a question. If the new hospital is only for women and children, it's not only for women and children. It's a specialty hospital that will deal with women and children as two of the primary areas of focus. But it's, yeah. If the new hospital is only for women and children, will men have to help pay the loan back? I think you're being funny, but I mean that you felt comfortable texting something like that, yeah? Because the children, some of them will become men when they get older, and a lot of since maternity, a lot of men were involved in getting the women there. So who are you? What are you? Seriously? If it's a joke, but yeah, okay. It's not the only person talking like this, though. It's a whole lot of people talking like that. What's that about? I mean, I hope people see the little value that people have put in women and children in this country. Coming from women too. Women too. It's crazy. But it's like, this is like,
conditionalized,
people are sickened by
internalized misogyny.
People are sickened by the thought that there could be a hospital for women. Yes, we know that there are many issues at the big hospitals in the country. And that needs to be addressed. But to totally throw this out as a ridiculous notion is a bit much, right? They're
I mean, depending on who you talk to as well, and I stand to be corrected, but word on the street is that the hospital that exists on this island, the children's ward, was built as an afterthought, allegedly. So the very fact that they are trying to, from inception, to ensure that there is space allocation and hopefully resources for children, that should be commended. Same for women. We all have complex bodies, like all humans matter, right? But it's just great to know that from the inception that we're thinking like. Anyway, my comment on the proposal for this new hospital, and this is literally from the experience of others. We are looking to build a new hospital, but the present one operates without what it requires to be fully functional. I am not particularly sure as into what's going to happen in terms of staffing, resources. I mean, I see what the people are saying. I see that. But I'm wondering about what's happening right now. What's happening right now, and how will we ensure that that doesn't happen in a much larger space? Because you've seen it not just in this country, in other countries. You can build the edifice, right? But if you still don't have the people, you still don't have the resources to stock and staff the place, then effectively, what are we doing?
Yeah.
So I'm saying if we already know that we have challenges, at least this is what I want to hear. What I want to hear is how are we fixing the present state of healthcare so that those issues don't follow into this new complex. And I literally had experience over the weekend with this. I'm like, y'all, we got to fix what we have before we jump into something new. And I know I'm speaking for persons who have to engage with the public healthcare system, those who work in the public healthcare system, those who either benefit, contribute, receive. Come on, man. Like, I want us to take a step back, be more objective. We see the new shiny thing that's being promised to come, but what's being done to fix what already exists? Mm-hmm. And how will we ensure that those same challenges, if you can't fix them now, how you can fix them when you get a brand new building? I don't understand that. Our fixation with trying to get the new things without fixing the problem doesn't negate the fact that that same problem will follow you, most likely. That's just my frustration.
Yeah. This texture here says, we can't run the country by doing good things.
What you mean?
We have limited resources. Maternity is good. Pediatrics good. But does it serve the greatest need? We have no idea because nobody has told us anything other than this is good. I get what you're saying a bit, sort of. We do need more information. We do need the numbers. We said it last week, and again, we're hoping to get Dr. Darville on with the numbers. We really want to know, like how many people will be likely at this hospital. How many services will this offer? How will this alleviate the burden at PMH and other places? Exactly how? What are we looking at in 5 years? What will this look like? Right? They need to do a better job with selling this to the behaving people. But I don't know if that's how I would put it. We can't run the country by doing good things.
I don't follow that.
Yeah, again, that part is a bit strange.
I don't get that.
I think if we did more good things, I don't know if we do enough good things. I think the place would be a lot further along. But okay, I kind of get where you're going, but sort of, only kind of. But again, this is what we've been told. It's supposed to be at this new hospital. Again, the 200-bed healthcare facility will feature specialized maternal and child health wards, intensive care services for mother and child, diagnostic and laboratory facilities, and that's no gender specific thing there, right? Same-day surgical suites, green spaces, and a new accident emergency area. Now, this part keeps getting downplayed because can we do this? Can we handle this? Is what you're talking about, right? The one that we have now is taxed heavily and burdened. A new one. While I said it last week again that we definitely need new trauma centers.
We do.
We absolutely do, and in different locations. That's it. That's interesting. There. How are we gonna? Really gonna staff that?
I really want to know more about the A&E.
You don't hear much about it.
No. So again, as somebody who, for reasons that I will not share, I have quite a bit of experience with A&E, dealing with triage and whatnot, like the actual process, right? And to this day, there's still a challenge, right? Not just on staffing, but resources, just being seen. There are certain categories of patients that even when you go to A&E, you're still not able to be seen unless you satisfy a certain thing. This is like where triaging comes in, right? when we talk about having accident and emergency at a new hospital, what does that mean? Tell me what does that mean? What will be the capabilities? What will be the space allocation? You have persons allegedly, and this is, I'm sure every one of us knows somebody or knows of somebody that has gone to A&E and was not given a bed on a ward, was not even given a bed when needed, when being seen at A&E. Like I have a personal frustration when it comes to our public healthcare system and how the hospital is run, okay? And I just don't see how we looking forward, we ain't even looking at what we got right now. Mm-hmm. I want to hear from the doctors and the nurses. I want to hear from the patients themselves. I want to hear about the people who can't get medication because it simply doesn't exist. The persons who have been asked, and again, I'm speaking from either experience or persons that I know, that have not been able to get what they need before or after surgery. Come on, right? We're talking about persons who will need to go into A&E, cannot be seen because there are not enough staff, there's not enough beds, there are not enough chairs. Come on. You could talk as much as you want about a new building, but until we fix what already exists, and I'm not even getting to the staffing issues, because you're frustrating your doctors, your nurses, your porters, all of the persons that we barely have what we need to deal with the hospital. Where are we going to find new people? And I understand that they'll keep both of them functioning, right? So it's like, where are you going to get new persons for the new hospital as well? Mm-hmm. And then you're talking about bringing in folks from elsewhere to staff. Are we even looking long-term? Like, what is the long-term impact? What is the agreement with the University of the Bahamas to make sure we get more students in the nursing program? To make sure that we have Bahamians who want to work in this space. Are you listening to your nurses when they say that they have challenges on the job at PMH? Are you listening to your doctors and all the doctors, not just the consultants?
Mm-hmm. Wow. Caller, we'll get to you in a second. One more thing about what's planned for this. Again, the country's first reference morgue capable of securing the remains of patients in the event of any form.
I'm going to sip my coffee. I'm not giving my commentary on that particular note because I will make the comparisons with other countries and why certain things exist in certain ways. And I don't want to go there this morning. I'm not doing it.
Mm-hmm. Well, I guess got to be prepared. I have no idea what that means. But okay, caller.
In Spanish just now. I don't want people to keep telling me I'm
keeping with the Bad Bunny theme.
No, when I get upset, I start speaking Spanish sometimes.
Okay.
It's like,
you sound like Bad Bunny. Good morning, caller. You're on the air.
Good morning, Dwight. How you doing, sir?
Doing well.
Dwight, I tried to call you when you had BTVI, but since you got the medical staff here, the question, I know the time is short, the question is also based on what the lady is saying. Dwight, I wanted to call you on BTVI in this connection with it. There's a field of medicine we call dental technology. I've been asking people in the Bahamas about dental technology for a long time. Nobody seems to answer that. BTVI, the Dentists Association spoke with me. They say, Sparky, we've been talking about it. Dental technology is when the dentist take an impression of your tooth after he grind it down or whatever else. They send it to the dental lab for them to make a gold tooth, a false tooth, a porcelain tooth, an acrylic tooth. It's called dental technology. Mm-hmm. In the Bahamas one time ago, we had 5 to 6 different dental labs. Right now, we only have 2 dental labs. And the dental technicians are very old people, and when they retire, all our dentists are sending work off to the United States and Canada to have your teeth, when you need new teeth, dentures and everything, they sending it off, and you got to wait weeks without teeth in your mouth until they come back. Mm. And we could train Bahamians to do dental technology, because when I came out of school, League of Manai in 1970, that was my first doggone job.
Oh, wow.
But like what happened was, I was in a lab with a guy from New York named Ernest Manaya. His brother Franklin and I started the Banana Boat. Ernie came down, and Ernie was teaching me and Lenny Taylor. But I was a young boy, Dwight, I was boring. It was boring to me just sitting in there carving teeth. I wanted to be out with customer service, with the boys on the blocks and having a good time, nightclubbing and partying at night. But when he was telling us how to just sitting there, listen to music, go pick up the wig from the dentist, drop it back to the dentist, we was doing it right here. I asked Linda Davis at BTVI about it. She said she'll get back to me. We could bring in a technician from New York somewhere, set up a school, teach Bahamians dental technology. Our parents could have young children doing another field in the Bahamas, Dwight, where we have our own technicians, where we don't need to send nothing off to Florida.
Yeah.
We can make it right here.
That is a fantastic idea. I hope people are listening, Sparky. Thank you for that. Appreciate it. I hope BTVI is listening, UB, because I don't think that can be a professional development course. But that needs to be, as he said, a program you go to school for that. Yeah. A lot of people need it. Clearly. Thank you for that. I hope people listen to Sparky today. All right, we're running out of time. I just want to read these messages really quickly. Sorry, callers. This person says here, I think that's the same thing. Yeah, okay. Okay. And this person says that the morgue is to cover the high casualty rate coming from if a hurricane happens and hits New Providence. Why do you say which is overdue? Please stop. Please. Think deeply about this, not preparing for hurricanes, but rather for deaths. Okay.
I'm not going on that today with
Wow.
you. I told her I ain't
Wow.
going on today. Nope.
Oh boy.
Nope.
I honestly don't like all this talk about this bad buddy character because of his alternative lifestyle. What is that? What is his alternative? Does he have an alternative lifestyle? You speak in Spanish?
It gotta be that.
And
'cause
his agenda. I'm sure many kids look up to him. It's very disappointing, immoral, and ungodly. Sorry for being judgy, but I don't like it.
Sorry, what are you talking about?
I don't
Send
know.
me a clarifying text. I want to see it. Because
It's interesting.
If
I mean,
it
but this
isn't
could
the
be
traditional
plenty
use-
people running for office too. I don't understand. What are you saying?
I try to understand because it
And
can't
plenty
be what
pastors.
traditionally that means because
Interesting.
they literally was lining up who all this man ex-girlfriends were the other days. I don't know what y'all talking about.
Too many girlfriends?
No, they were lining up.
No,
like
I
that.
mean,
yeah, I don't know what they
maybe
mean.
that's what
I said, I don't know.
I don't understand. The lady from BTVI was on. What are the top five underserved areas of the hospital? We don't know. We don't know if it's pediatrics or maternity. We don't know, and that is the issue. This is not how you run a country unless your entire strategy is pandering. I totally agree with you. And the Ministry of Health and Dr. Darvill need to do
But
a
again, I
much
feel like
better
that
job.
they actually have the information, right? So they can talk about the number of patients on different wards, the amount of procedures done, or whatnot like that. They can share that. They have to have records on it. They can also share records on the number of clinics that they run from the hospital that they've outsourced to different public clinics or whatnot like that. Come on.
They should. They should have that, and we hope to see it. You don't want to end with Bad Bunny to send the people who are up in arms about him over the edge today, as we try to do some research on his alternative lifestyle, whatever that
Ustedes
is.
tienen un buen día. Okay. Adios.
Oh boy. Yes. Adios. Adios.
Adios.
Yeah,
Ten un
you're
buen
correct.
día, Dwight.
That's the most Spanish I know. I can count to 10. Everybody have a. I know, right. I know the days in French, but what is it in Spanish?
You mean
what's
lundi,
tomorrow?
mardi,
I'll see.
mercredi,
Right, that's
samedi.
French.
No,
Or
sorry, that's
what's
Saturday, Lord.
Samedi?
Yeah, I'm doing it.
Dimanche? Mm-hmm.
No,
But what's
Sunday.
Yes. What are you talking about?
No, I was.
I say what is it? What's Tuesday in Spanish?
Martes, lunes, martes, miércoles,
Okay, there.
viernes.
I'll see you all martes.
Mañana.
Everybody have a great day. Stay tuned for 5 o'clock. There for you next.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM, streaming on GuardianTalkRadio.com and the Guardian Radio app, Nassau, Bahamas.